I know you heard me on the radio. Flexing, she loved the sound of my voice, it's the best 10. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio. Flexing, she loved the sound of my voice, it's the best 10. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.
Fury fam and everybody out there, welcome to another edition of LG Shaking the Panel. I'm your host, Larry K. Shake will be with us very shortly. G will be with us very shortly. All the personalities and Dolphins fans and content creators that you've come to know and love on this channel will be with you very shortly. We are out here getting ready for a playoff game. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't necessarily convinced that we were going to make the playoffs the way things were going. But nonetheless, we have done it. And quite frankly, you got to celebrate it. I know Shake's got something on deck. I got my little something on deck right here that I'm cooling with. And we're going to get ready for this playoff game, man. And look, it's not exactly the way everybody wanted it with this playoff game, right? We are not going in with our starting quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. We may not have our starting tackle, Teron Armstead. We may not have certain other players. Mountie, what's up? Joe, what's good, my brother? But look, a playoff game is a playoff game, and if you're a Miami Dolphins fan and if you're a football fan at all, you got to be excited about the playoffs, right? End of the day, True Blazer, what's good, my bro? By the way, guys, if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that like button. We got to get it popping, but we're going to get it popping when we have enough likes and enough viewers in here to get it popping, to have a good conversation. So go ahead and smash that like button. If you have not done so yet, the subscribe button is right underneath me. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get this channel to 2,400 subscribers. We've made a lot of strides this season with a few hundred new subscribers, and we've gotten over the hump well past 1,000. Let's get to 2,000. But before, I'm an incremental type of guy, right? I'm an objective guy. You guys know that I'm about my business, just like Greg is about his business when he's at work with the scanner on the register, which I can see right now in the studio when he comes on camera. I'm about my business, okay? And being about my business, I know you got to get to one goal before you reach the ultimate goal. And we are trying to get 20,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, all of that. But at the end of the day, we got to get to 2,400 subscribers first. So let's get to 2,400 subscribers tonight. Let's do it tonight. Hit that subscribe button. Invite some friends to hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button so the algorithm goes out and we get the viewers in here. Let's get ready for this playoff week of Miami Dolphins football. Look, there's a lot we could talk about. And to be honest, I was called a, quote, whiny little bitch today by somebody because I wanted to talk about the fact that Tua is not going to play and how that bodes for the season and what our conversation should be. But look, somebody told me, Tori told me, one of my boys on Dolphin Den, and by the way, go to Dolphin Den and subscribe to that page. He said, look, you got to just roll with the punches for this playoff game right now. You got to just get hyped about this playoff game. You got to just support who's out there right now. And we'll have the whole offseason, the entire offseason to talk about what needs to be done, what can be done, all of those things. So there's no rush to go out and do that now. And I won't pull any punches, guys, and I won't hold back anything, guys. I won't sugarcoat anything. There's plenty of channels out here that'll sugarcoat things for you. They are on in the mornings. They are on in the evenings. There are sugarcoating channels for Dolphins content wherever you go. So you can find that nonsense wherever you want to go. This channel is going to keep it real, and that's all we're going to do. My read on the game is it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough to win this game. We are going up to Buffalo. We have yet to win a game in cold weather this season. Despite what people say, the games we've won or the games we've even played well were in mild weather. So at the end of the day, man, we're going to go up there, and it's not necessarily going to be easy. And Devil's Mist, what's up? Joe, what's good? Rick, what's up? Cliff, what's up? We're all in here. Cap, what's good? And Cap, you were called a crackhead because no doctor would clear him. That's crazy, man. I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious that it was probably unlikely that any doctor was going to clear Tua. After the third, or the second technically concussion, but everybody has it in their head that it's the third because everybody has it in their head that Buffalo was definitely concussion, no matter whether it was or not. You see these things, right? They take on narratives of their own, and once a narrative takes root, guys, it's hard to get off that narrative. It's hard to tell anybody that the narrative is untrue. That's true in any facet of our society, and that's true in football, and that's true elsewhere too. I mean, if you looked at the news or your social media today, you probably think that they're going to ban gas stoves tomorrow. It's not true, but it's a narrative, and narratives become truth to people who don't want to search for the truth themselves. So, yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, Cap's saying that other players, including Uno, had more than 3 concussions. They had 4 concussions, 5 concussions. They didn't hold them out. But at the end of the day, this is where we are with Tua. He's got the injury issues. And I don't want to just focus on the injury issues because that's the false narrative here, right? He's got issues playing late in the season. So, we have all offseason to talk about that. I don't want to dwell on it, but we'll keep it real. I think it's going to be tough to go up to Buffalo and win this game. And I think, it's kind of par for the course for the Miami Dolphins in the last couple decades that we've wound up going to the playoffs, limping into the playoffs, and then kind of losing in the first round. Hopefully that doesn't happen this year. Hopefully this season we win the playoff game by some miraculous, miracle game, and Skylar Thompson, cements himself in Dolphins lore, and we can celebrate and have another week of Miami Dolphins football. I would absolutely love another week of Miami Dolphins football. I'm glad we have this week of Miami Dolphins football. And thank you, Rick, and thank you for your support, my brother. So we got the news today. Tua will not be starting it, and we got some mixed signals, right? Because it seems like some people are kind of speculating that Teddy's out there throwing passes, but the general consensus is that Skylar's starting. I'm pretty sure Skylar's going to start. I don't see why you wouldn't start Skylar. What up, Raph? So Skylar, let's talk about Skylar real quick. And quite frankly, I heard from an individual today on text message, and I'll introduce him this way when he comes on, that he wants to do a little Skylar segment tonight. And I think that's a good thing because when I first watched the game, I thought, look, Skylar wasn't that impressive. Skylar wasn't that great. And I'm not saying Skylar was setting the world on fire, that Skylar's the next big thing based on last week's game. That I'm not saying. But what I am saying is when I rewatched the game and I watched it kind of just delving into it, totally focused on it, no distractions, one thing I did notice and that you can say is that, look, the New York Jets have a really good defense. It's a top 5 defense in the National Football League. It's hard to play against the New York Jets and their defense. And what Skylar Thompson was able to do against that defense, it wasn't like he was dominant or he went up and down the field or he did anything, just absolutely crazy. But what Skylar Thompson was able to do that I really noticed, that I did take note of, that did make some sense, was Skylar Thompson was able to drive the ball, maintain drives, and when drives weren't going to work, not get into, he took some sacks. But other than that, he didn't commit any costly mistakes, and he was able to drive the ball incrementally down the field, utilizing the run game and passing when necessary to play and come out with a victory in a field position win. And I know in today's modern NFL, a lot of people are averse to the old school football game, which is sometimes you got to hunker down. And sometimes it's a battle of attrition in the trenches. And punting matters, and strategy matters, and physicality in the trenches matters, and not turning the ball over matters, and sheer toughness matters. And in this particular game, I will say that the Dolphins as a whole, offense and defense, O-line, D-line, running backs, receivers, D-backs, and quarterbacks, including Skylar Thompson, did their job and came out of a tough-fought mud fight One of those games where you come out with bruised elbows and banged up knees and bloody shins and cuts on your hands. Mostert came out with a broken thumb. One of those games. And he came out on top. And that's an old school football game. And for a rookie quarterback in that situation, you can't take anything away from that kid. You can't take a damn thing away from that kid. And guys, if you haven't done so yet, hit the like button. Let's get to 2,400 subscribers tonight. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button right now before we bring these guys on, before we get G and Shake on here. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button. Let's go. Let's get it popping in here. Super Chat's open. Let's have a conversation tonight. And by the way, I got to dip out around 9 o'clock Eastern time. 9 o'clock Eastern time, so I'm going to start the panel a little bit early tonight. But we got a big announcement today during the final thoughts. We got a big announcement of things to come for this channel. So stay tuned for the final thoughts. So look, Dolphinaire, what's good? Raph, what's good? I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, Skylar's got to prove his worth, man. I don't know that we're in a place where we have confidence or certainty with the quarterback position, or we have confidence or certainty really with anything. But we did make the playoffs, and so you know how Magoo is. You know how Mr. Ross is. You already saw Mike McDaniel kind of hugging him and, you know, kissing up to him and buddy with him. So you already know we're sticking with this team next year, man. It ain't. Maybe we'll see some competition at quarterback, but the coach ain't going anywhere. The basic iteration of the team, and we could talk about our feelings on that. We could talk about our feelings on whether or not the team should stay, but let's wait till the offseason, you know. We got a game coming up. It's going to be tough. Cliff says the Bills D is better than the Jets. That I don't know about that. The Jets D is really good, man. The Bills offense is a lot better than the Jets offense with Joe Flacco. So let's not get it twisted. Like, we beat Joe Flacco and the Jets at home. You know, it ain't like we beat Buffalo or we beat Cincinnati or we beat Baltimore to clinch or even Tennessee to clinch. I mean, we beat the Jets. The Jets were already out of it. They are on God knows which quarterback because Zach's out and Mike White's ribs are destroyed and Joe Flacco's in. And, you know, it wasn't like we beat a great team. Cliff says, no, he says the Bills D's better based on stats. So, I don't know. I tend to think the Jets are tougher, man. Jets are tougher in the stretches, in the trenches. I think the Jets are a tough D. But don't get it twisted. It doesn't mean I think we're going to dominate the Bills just because we beat the Jets. I don't think so. Remember, we're not at home. We're going up to Buffalo, and it's going to be cold. So I don't know about that. And, by the way, we only scored 9 points against the Jets. So, listen, if you're looking for the channel that's like, rah, rah, we're going to shock the world, you're on the wrong channel because that ain't me. Now, there may be people that come on the panel that say that, and they're welcome to say that. But I'm happy. I'm just not trying to be a Debbie Downer. Like, there is a game to be played, and I don't know the outcome, and you don't know the outcome, and anything can happen any given day. So, you know, we're going to come out and root for a win and hope that we stay tough and win. But we got a lot of injuries. The Bills are, let's face it, a better team than us right now. The Bills are a more complete team than us right now. The Bills are at home. The Bills, this is like their year, people are saying. You know, this you might have thought this was our year when we were 8-3, by the way. And that's why some people like me, it's like, yeah, I want to get excited with some of the people that are so excited about the playoffs. I want to get excited. But it's hard to get excited when you were so excited when we were 8-3. You actually had a chance, you thought, at a Super Bowl or contending this year or next year or the year after. And now you don't know. You got question marks at quarterback. You got question marks at tackle. You got question marks at coach. You got question marks everywhere, and we snuck it. So it's not the same feeling. So I'm trying to be optimistic and happy. I am celebrating the win. I am celebrating that we're a playoff team. I just don't know how excited you want me to get, you know, based on the reality of the situation. And, we'll see what the other guys do. But hit that like button, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. We're getting it rolling tonight, man. Going till 9, and we got a big announcement at the end. So I'm happy to hear everybody's thoughts. We're going to bring the panel on. We're going to bring G. We're going to bring Shake. I want to hear everybody's thoughts on this playoff game, on the Dolphins, et cetera, et cetera. And we're just gonna have a great show. We're gonna talk some Fins football. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. So with that being said, G and Shake, what's good, my bros?
Yo, what's up?
Chilling, bro. You out on break, G?
Yeah, I'm on break right now. So
All right, cool.
I got like 8 minutes.
8 minutes. You got Shake. You're popping it. So explain to us what that is again, Shake. I know you said it a couple months ago when we were like contenders for real. You put it away and now you brought it back out. So why don't you tell us what you got? What you're about to pop there, sir? You're muted.
All right. Story time. Let me tell you a little story real quick. All right. There was this guy that wanted to go home for the holidays. Yes. All right. While everybody was booking their tickets, he was dicking off. And at the last minute, all the tickets sold off.
This wasn't because of the flight delays this morning, right? Because that was a thing.
But okay. You'll see where I'm going with this.
Okay.
You always land, right?
Yes, you do. Every time.
So, anyway, he fought somebody tooth and nails and finally got standbys. And the thing with standbys, they're never guaranteed.
No.
Luckily, somebody canceled, and he went to see his family. But on his way to the family, like, damn, what if that guy didn't cancel? Thank God this canceled. And this comes to the Dolphins playoffs. We were 8-3. We had our tickets reserved, but no. At the end of the day, when we played the Jets, we didn't punch our ticket. We bought standby. Luckily, the Patriots lost, and we were able to slip right in. Because at the end of the day, hopefully, moving forward, like the Chargers, like the Ravens, punched their tickets in week 13 and 14. You know what I mean? Hopefully, we could do that and not be on standby. Because last year, we were on standby too. Unfortunately, nobody canceled. So,
true.
At the end of the day,
2 years we've been on standby, Shake, I think, and no one canceled. This is the first year somebody finally canceled the flight. So it's a flight to Buffalo, so it's cold. I mean, I don't know if but I get it.
At the end of the day, we're going home to see our loved ones. So I'm gonna pop the bottle.
You're gonna pop it, and what are we popping? Tell them what it is again. You gotta let them know.
By the way, Rick Ross, he's from where I grew up in Carroll City. He has his own French sparkling. It's called Luc Blair.
Nice.
I bought this 2 years ago.
Oh my God.
When we got to waiting for a playoff spot. So.
Oh my God. So you finally get to pop it, Shake.
Hell yeah.
Pop it. And while he's popping that, G, what's on your mind? You're on break. I don't want to hold you too long. I mean, what's going on, bro? How you feeling about everything right now? This playoff game, everything.
Skylar, I can't wait for this game. We are beating Buffalo, man. We are beating Buffalo.
Wow.
Buffalo sucks, bro. Josh Allen sucks.
Wow.
In realness, we'll probably get blown out. But all week, I'm keeping the energy that we're beating these Buffalo Jills, man. Skylar, I can't wait to see what he's got. I mean, it is going to be tough for the young man going up to a hostile environment up there in Buffalo. Tua ruled out, kind of sad. But, hey, what can you do? We can only control what we control. If Teddy Dogwater starts this game, I'm not watching because I'm not watching that bum play. He sucks, dude.
Now, when you say dog water, do you mean like your dog drinks out of it or hot dog water that they're boiling? I want to know.
He's trash, so that's why it's dog water.
Okay. Got you.
I don't even think Teddy's an option for us. He's got a broken finger, so he probably won't even play.
So it'll be Mike Glennon with the long neck, right?
Not that guy.
Stretch Armstrong, they call him.
But, hey,
for more than just the neck I hear, but I don't know. I'm not in the clubs at night with this guy.
I think, honestly, we have a good shot with Skylar. I mean, if Tua even started, I think we would have seen rusty Tua instead of salty Tua. So I think Skylar, everyone says Tua has given us the best option. I think Skylar gives us the best option. I heard he was banged up, but he's a little bit more healthier than Tua and Teddy. So I think with Skylar, we got a good shot. Will we win? That's the question we'll find out. Hopefully we win. We go to Kansas City and we get another week of Dolphin football.
Dude, that's what I'm hoping for, my brother, and I'm with you on that. I'd love to beat the Jills and knock them right out of their own stadium.
How great would that be, man? The Dolphins coming in, playing like average, I guess we can say, and the Bills are expecting to go to the Super Bowl and whatnot. and the hurt, injured Dolphins come in and we beat them.
That'd be amazing. I mean, that'd be a story for the ages.
I love to see Bills fans crying, man. That'd be awesome.
That would be fun. It would be fun. I don't know if it'll happen, G. I'm with you, but it would be fun. I'm hoping that it happens. And with this Skylar kid, you never know. He's a tough kid. You know, he's not gonna go crazy, but he's gonna play tough football. And you know, I gotta ask both of you this: do you think that he learned from his previous game experience this year, and maybe that's why he didn't make any mistakes or any turnovers?
Skylar, yeah, I think he did learn. And I think with the week of practicing with the ones, and he didn't get hurt, I think that had a lot to do with him playing the way he did. And
Makes sense.
I think now with another week practicing with the ones, another full week of practicing, we could very well see Skylar ball out. We could see that. But
We could. Now, there's a lot of people, G, that think he's going to ball out. They've been waiting for him to ball out. We haven't seen the ball out yet from him, but I hope it happens.
Yeah, the question is Terrell Armstead playing? Because Tua's not playing, so is Terrell Armstead playing?
I don't know. He wasn't at practice today. Yeah, I find it odd, and I know TD's been saying this, and I agree with him. It's a little fishy that Teron gets himself up to play when Tua's playing, but when Tua's not playing, all of a sudden he doesn't play. Like, that's the stuff on this team, and we'll get to it after the season, because, again, I was called names today. I was told I'm not a happy fan. I'm a killjoy. I'm not very nice. So I don't want to break down conspiracies or the organization that I think is a pain in my ass. I just want to talk about the positives, but if and when that conversation takes place, we will talk about how I feel about the whole Tehran to organizational thing, because I do think, based on what you just said, Greg, I think there's something to that. By the way, Shake, how is that? I mean, is that good? It looks like crystal blue persuasion, like a crystal cold, just really good drink. Tell us how it is.
It's a little on the sweeter side, yeah.
But bubbly, but nice and fizzly, right?
Yeah.
I like that stuff, man. That's one of those things. I like that kind of flavor, man. So G, what do you do? You going back in, and what do they got you working tonight?
I'm working the customer service booth.
So how's that? So on a Wednesday night, how does the customer service desk go? Is it busy? Is it a lot of like Karen screaming at you, or is it just chill? You're handing out like lottery pay. Like, what are you doing?
Since the Mega Millions is at 1.4 billion, that's probably the only busy thing I've had. But realistically, it's usually pretty dead.
Pretty dead. So you just kick
when the lottery's not as big, it's pretty much dead.
So let me ask you this: you flirt with the cashier girls?
Oh no.
Why? That's all I did. I used to get in trouble at the grocery store because I work grocery, which is like the back room, like unloading the trucks and then blocking the shelves. You know, blocking the shelf. You have to like pull everything to the front, make it look nice. And I would just be up at the cashier station talking to the chicks the whole time. And I got in a lot of trouble for that, but it was a fun time for my life, to be honest with you.
Well, here's the thing. I have a issue talking to girls, so.
What do you mean?
Oh, I just can't talk. Well, I can talk to them normally. Like if I'm asking about a girl, it's pretty hard.
Greg, we're going to work on that. We're going to work on that in a separate podcast, a separate conversation entirely, sir. And the pinnacle of this show will be when G comes on with a chick just with him on break. Like, hi, it's Finn's up. Yeah. That's going to be the pinnacle of this show. When we get to that is when I've finally actually reached my potential on this
whenever I try
network.
To ask a girl to dance with me or to prom or whatnot, I always had an issue doing it.
Bro, we're gonna fix that, bro. Because let me tell you something, it's easy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. We're gonna work on that. No, we're gonna work on it. But it's hard when you're like younger and like you're at the customer service. They're at the cashier. They're busy. They roll their eyes sometimes. They don't really know. They go to you with receipts and they're just like, Greg, and you're like, I don't know. She doesn't want to talk to me. She's kind of annoying. And the old lady's there staring at you like, don't you talk to her? I know how it goes. I've been there. But we are gonna work on that, sir. After we beat the Jills, we're gonna go and work on that issue with you, G. That's what we're gonna.
Well,
do.
Larry, I'm gonna be here, but my camera's gonna be off.
All right. If anything crazy happens at customer service, just turn it back on and just let us see what's going on, if you can. Okay.
But I'll still be up here.
All right. I'll keep you up here, muted and just like video off until it's necessary.
But I'll be listening. So.
All right. Cool. So, Greg, that was G's appearance for the night so far. You can see he's got Skylar with Cheetah on his avatar.
It's Skylar, Cheetah, and the Penguin.
So the Penguin's also on there. You're missing the giraffe, but I'll let it go. But it's dope. I like it. I like it, bro.
They're
So
hanging out in the dark.
Shake, man. First of all, let's just do this.
The good. The bad. The ugly.
Shake, it's a big week. Tell us, man. I want to know.
Man, I'm glad I get to do this one more week, hopefully. Or next week will be probably be the last one. But the good is the fact that we actually moved to get into scoring position, because there's been times where I remember a few years ago when we had Adam, when we were with the so-called genius, Adam Gates, we couldn't even get in the field goal range. We couldn't even get past our 50-yard line.
Yep.
So we were able to get down at least there 3 times to kick field goals. So at the end of the day, we didn't score touchdowns, but what's good is that we're moving the ball in scoring range.
Yes, I like it.
Good.
Yes.
The bad is the fact that we how can I put it? We didn't score touchdowns. That's the bad. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
our star running back got injured. The ugly is the quarterback that we built our offense around is going to be missing the playoff game. So we're going to, at the end of the day, like you said, we're keeping it real.
Mm-hmm.
How you slice and dice it, we're going into a playoff game with the third string quarterback. That's the ugly.
True story.
Hey, at the end of the day, I know Kyle Shanahan is going into the playoffs as well with a third string quarterback, but he has a better running game, a weaker conference, and a number one defense at his disposal. So those
and Purdy's look pretty damn good, Shake.
Huh?
Purdy's look pretty damn good too, Shake.
He's pretty good, but at the end of the day, man, I remember a couple of years ago when Christian McCaffrey was healthy, Sam Darnold looked damn good. But the second he left, you seen Sam Darnold for who he was. And I think a big part of that San Francisco offense, why it looks so good, is because of McCaffrey.
I could see that a lot, and I mean McCaffrey, and I think that, to your point,
and Kittle too.
you got weapons everywhere. What about that O-line? I mean, you got just a great. That's Purdy's, and I'm not taking anything away from Purdy, but that is the example of like when everything really is relatively perfect around you, and not everybody is a huge fan of Jimmy G either, and there's reasons why, and you see Jimmy G had success on that team. There are not many teams, Shake, that come around that have that level of, I don't want to say perfection because nothing's perfect, but that level of, competitiveness at every position, that level of strength all around the football team that enables the quarterback to really play just okay or a little above average and have immense success. So we don't really know about Purdy, because I do feel like you could put most quarterbacks there and they would do well. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's played well. I'd like him on our team as a prospect, but we don't really know with him being there. I mean, put Skylar on there. Would Skylar be good? Probably. So good point.
At the end of the day, I've always put a premium on an elite team will always beat an elite quarterback. And last year, the proof was San Francisco in Green Bay beat Aaron Rodgers, the elite quarterback. Come on, you're telling me it was Jimmy G that beat Aaron Rodgers?
No, right. And you know what? I think it's a delicate balance too. And guys, by the way, what's up, Mountie, Sam, Papa, Scott? What's good, everybody? Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 2,400 tonight. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Let's get this popping. Super chat's open. Let's talk. Panel's opening up in a few minutes. But Shake, I think it's a delicate balance, right? Because, on the one hand, a great team, especially a great defense that can cover and or rush the passer, will many times overcome a great quarterback. On the other hand, people seem to use the argument with this team a lot that, it doesn't matter how your quarterback can be pretty good, but you still need everything around him to be perfect. There's a balance, right? You need a pretty damn good top 10 quarterback to really be a perennial contender. At the same time, if you've got a more complete team against a team with just relying on the quarterback, the more complete team is going to win. So it's a delicate, balance and sliding scale, I think, Shake.
Well, and let me tell you something. If you want more proof, you don't have to look further than in the Dolphins in the 90s. Dan Marino was a better quarterback than Jim Kelly. Don Shula was a better coach than Marv Levy. But that defense, that running game, I mean, come on, bro. They had a more complete team. So at the end of the day, the Dolphins had an elite both coach and quarterback were Hall of Famers. You know what I mean?
Good point. Good point. And Onaron, what up? Colin, what's good? Welcome to the channel. Make sure you smash subscribe. You already said you did, but anybody else just watching, smash subscribe. Let's get this conversation popping. But hey, Shake, I agree with you.
By the way, Colin is he's another Gator fan, and I today I was on another panel with him, and I told him that's why I'm shouting him out. If we win, I will make a drink live on here for Skylar Thompson.
Ooh, I like it. So if we win, then next week live on the show, we're gonna take a pause. You're gonna make the drink for us, and it's a Skylar Thompson inspired drink.
Correct.
All right, I'm excited about that. I just want to win just for that. That's what I want to see. And by the way, the reason Shake is Shake Money tonight with the Merino jersey and all that, and he's not Hefner, he's not anything else, because you guys voted on it. So make sure, by the way, when we're not having a show, you check the page, the channel page. We have polls up randomly. And this week we had a poll up about which persona Shake should do the show in, and you guys voted. The Fury fam voted that they wanted Shake Money. They wanted Shake Money tonight, so we got Shake Money tonight, and that's where we're at. So you guys decided that, and that's why we have Shake Money. Shake,
but Shake will be back next season.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, we're not putting personas to bed until you tell us. I mean, personas could emerge any given week based on the circumstances of that week. That's up to you, my friend. But we will see which personas are born, which die off, which rotate. As the seasons go on, sir. So Shake, let me ask you this: what was your read on Skylar's play against the Jets overall?
To me, just at first glance, he looked like a deer in headlights. But at the same time, I agree with you. I listened to TD, and you know what? He was giving them what the defense was giving them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Agreed, Shake.
And you know what? I mean, you got some guys out here just like Skylar's gonna be whatever. And I'm, me, Shake, and you're the same way. This whole channel's mostly the same way. We have different personalities and perspectives, but we're pretty balanced. And I think he didn't. I mean, and there was film breakdowns where he missed some people and stuff too. So I'm not gonna pretend he just was like, spotless. But he took what they gave him. Some throws I really thought were tough. Taking pressure in his face, had to make a play to either, not necessarily to win the game, but just to win the field possession battle and be able to punt it, or to get a first down to kick a field goal or something. So,
and one thing I want to bring out too, with the, people don't realize with the All-22, and being that you're a lawyer, what you don't realize is I'm sure there's plenty of witnesses said they saw one thing, and as soon as they look at the camera footage, you'd be like, okay, at first glance, it looked like this, but at the end of the day, when you look at the camera footage and get to see the whole perspective, your mindset changes because you've seen it from a different angle.
Yes. And so, I've seen it from a couple different angles. And I've always, so you know what, and some people are gonna come for me on this, and I understand. And look, it could change if something miraculous happens against Buffalo. So, don't come from my neck that quick. I'm not Mike Glenn, and by the way, it's a little harder to get to my neck, but don't come for it. But Shake, I would say, look, what I saw out of Skylar against the Jets, you know what, it led me to believe that What he is probably ready for, and what I would like to see him as, and what I think he'd be great as, is a backup quarterback at this point. Like, I think, and I don't mean that as a derogatory insult. I mean that as, like, he started as third string. He's a rookie, 7th round pick. I see that kid as, like, he could be a backup quarterback because you could put him into a game like you saw against the New York Jets, and he's not going to turn the ball over. He's going to play tough. He's going to take hits. He's going to move the chains. The guys can depend on him to tough it out and stay up. So to me, that's what you want in a backup quarterback, and I think he'd be a good one. And I'm not saying right now, jumping the gun, that it's because Tua is 100% the starter. I'm saying I think where Skylar is right now, I would be fine having him as a backup quarterback and having another guy as third, or just carrying 2 quarterbacks on the roster if we're going that route, because I think he's ready for that role. And I see 42 people in here. Smash that subscribe button. We are getting to 4,600. We're getting there. But I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Shake.
We got him for 3 more years, so it makes sense to bring him back.
Yeah, so he's definitely coming back. I'm just saying I would bring him back not necessarily as the third stringer, but I'd bring him back as the backup. I mean, I don't know that we need Teddy B to come back next year, quite frankly. I would stick with Skylar.
I mean, to be honest with you, I like Teddy B because he's a hometown hero. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But at the same time, I think he kind of checked out.
It seems to me like he checked out, and I don't mean that to insult him or anything. It just seems like Teddy B, and we heard it all year, Shake. We heard it all year. He's the hometown kid, and we heard about his resume in Minnesota and in New Orleans, and it was impressive. And it wasn't like he's not one of these journeymen per se where he never had a legitimate season, where he never went to the Pro Bowl, or he never went to the playoffs. He did those things. And all year we heard about how he was able to do that, and he was good because of that, and we were excited that he was going to start because of what he was capable of. Yet, on the field, Shake, he just didn't get it done, and I think it's just the guy's older. He's had some injuries. Whether it's mentally, physically, or a combination, he definitely seems checked out a little bit. I got to agree with you there, Shake. Now, what do you think of this Mostert thing, by the way, and our running game? Because we relied heavily on the running game, not just against the Jets, but even in some of our losses down the stretch, we relied on the running game, and it's worked well for us because teams are zeroing in on our outside receivers for good reason. What's your read on this Mostert injury if he can't go? Are you comfortable with Ahmed and Wilson?
Well, the thing I liked about I think Mostert is, number one, his acceleration. So he was able to hit the hole faster.
Yeah.
And number two, I think out of all the running backs that I've seen, I think he's had the best backfield vision. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a saying: the best way to survive an accident is not to get into one. So the best way to break a tackle is not to get tackled. And He was the type of person that was avoiding. I mean, don't get me wrong; he trucked people when he had to, but at the same time, he knew how to avoid the tackle. He knew which lanes to get into to get big runs. You know what I mean?
Yes. So it's going to be a different drop off. But then remember, mid-season Wilson was trucking people a little more. So his game brings an element to it too. So at least we have him. And I've always liked Ahmed, and quite frankly, I like Gaskin. I don't necessarily like them as starters. I know Gaskin's hurt, but I don't like them necessarily if they're your number 1 and 2. But I like the way Ahmed hits holes sometimes and whatnot. He's no Mostert. Mostert's a loss. You can't slice it any other way. Mostert is a loss. You're not going to get around that fact, and that's a fact. But I think we have some running backs that can get it done. It comes down to the O-line. Is the O-line's going to continue to open up holes in the running game the way they have? I think these backs that we have, especially Ahmed and Wilson, I think they can get it done. I don't think we're going to lose because we don't have the running back we need. That I think. And Iceman, what up? Everybody, Robert, what's good? Hit that subscribe button. We're going to open it up to the panel. Hit that subscribe button right now. This is Phin-Addict Fury channel. This is LG shaking the panel. We are going to the playoffs. Shake is about, a third or half through his champagne. I'm a little bit through this fine scotch from Ireland. And we are celebrating a playoff appearance. So, look, we all know what the expectations were this year, guys. We all know what the questions are going to be in the offseason. We are ready to take on the false narratives. We are ready to take on the debates. We are ready to continue to keep it real. We are there. But we are talking playoffs. We are talking the now right now. Because we got all off season to talk about everything else. So we are talking about the now right now. And welcome to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. We are trying to get up. I keep saying, we're going to get to 1,600. Like, let's just get to 1,400 to start. Let's get there tonight. 1,400, and let's do that. And Zach, I agree with Shell. Shell has been playing pretty good. I know he took another injury. We did get the injury bug this year, Shake. I mean, I'm not using it as an excuse, and I'll do a postseason, post-mortem when it comes to that time, and we'll do it on this show, and we'll even do our own, not live and put it out. But you got to admit, Shake, we took some injuries on the defensive side of the ball and on the offensive side of the ball that were pretty tough.
We took some injury crabs.
Yeah, we really did, bro. They spread.
But, let me tell you something. Another thing about Ahmed that many people are talking about is the fact that we poached Ahmed. Hold on a second.
So he's in the middle of talking about how we poached Ahmed. Guys, hit subscribe if you haven't yet. 51 heads in here. Hit subscribe. Hit the like button. Send the video to your friends. And the super chat's open. Send some love, and we'll talk about what you want to talk about. Shake, what were you saying?
We poached Ahmed off the San Francisco practice squad. And who was the coach, the running backs coach, when we took him off the practice squad? Our McGenius. So at the end of the day, there's a reason why, look, one thing about undrafted free agents is pretty much the coaches help navigate that. Hey, I want this guy. Being that, you know what I'm saying? So
very true.
So McDaniel was like, oh, shit, I get to coach you again? I wanted to get you I wanted to keep you in the first place, but you guys, you were stolen off us in the first place. So you know what I mean? So he was a practice squad member. He was a practice squad for a reason, because McDaniel saw something in him to put him in the practice squad.
And it makes sense. And with McDaniel, Shake, one of my things though is like, I'll say this about that game too. Nothing jumped off the page to me about McDaniel against the Jets where I was like, wow, he finally, reshaped or re-schemed his offense or redrew it up to fit this player or that player. I wouldn't say that, but I will say that I finally watched the game and saw like there was some bigger level of effort that went into it, meaning, we used Gesicki like 4 catches. He made big plays for us. We ran the ball with a concerted effort. We did certain things that I was finding like McDaniel wasn't just running his same Tua-based offense again. He was trying to get over the hump a little bit and trying to get things going. And we finally saw some fruits. I hope he takes even another step this year. And JC from Bills Mafia, what up, my bro? Welcome to the channel, man. And we welcome guests, and we welcome what gets talked about in here, my brother. So good to see you.
Von Joe, what's going on, my brother? Salute to my boy Von Joe. Cap for life.
Yeah, Von Joe's in here. Everybody's in here. We got Cap in here. We got John in here, Seattle's #1 Fin fan. We got Mounty in here. Everybody's on camera. Look at this. Playoff time, and people turn their cameras on. I'm very excited. Mounty, you were first, man. What's on your mind, my brother? Good to see you.
Hey, man. Hey, first of all, God bless each one of you. Happy New Year. I pray that you guys have a blessed and prosperous New Year as the days go forward.
You too, my brother.
Look. I'm assuming everyone here on the panel have seen the All 22. Yes, no.
Yes, I have seen it. Yes.
I mean, and look, I'll attest to the fact that Skylar Thompson, he missed some throws, but it seemed like to me, if you just look at it, it seemed like the Jets were trying to take advantage of his inexperience, basically trying to bait him into making bad throws.
Mounty,
Right.
throughout 4 quarters, the All-22 showed that Skylar did more than was asked of him throughout 4 quarters.
Right. And to me, it's not necessarily what he did. It's about what he didn't do. He didn't exhibit typical rookie mistakes by forcing passes when it really was not there, and using his legs and throw the ball away and play a field position game, because our defense was playing great.
Yes.
So he played with poise. He played with experience. Because I'm gonna tell you something, not to beat up Tua, I'm telling you, Tua has a time where he likes to force passes in the tight windows, and it gets tipped or it gets picked off.
True.
So I'm bravo Zulu to Skylar Thompson. I think he's going to come in. I think him and McDaniel's going to come in and have a great day of practice and preparation. But we need to run the ball and take what the defense gives us, and keep Josh Allen in the pocket. Make him turn like the time that we played him the first time. Make him have to score.
No.
Make them have
No.
Make them
knock him out
make
the
them
pocket. Destroy him.
That. But at
Yeah,
the
but
very,
watch out
very
for him out
least,
that
we need.
pocket, yo. Watch
we
him
need
out
to-
that
we
pocket.
need
He's
to-
gonna run over
We
you.
got a pass rush. We spent draft picks on this pass rush.
Yeah,
you
but,
better
yo,
show up.
But if you flush
We
him,
need
he's
to-
gonna go out and run somebody over, man. You gotta contain his ass. I think that's what
and
Mountie
see
meant.
A
and see
tweaked
the
ankle
thing
can
is-
cure that real quick.
I just think that we need to make their offense run 12, 13, 14 plays to try to even score.
True. No, I'm
Time
with
of
you,
possession.
bro. Yes, we need to run, Mountie. I'm with you 150%. And quite
Milk that
frankly,
clock.
in an odd blessing situation, Skylar might be the dude who could execute that game plan pretty well, man. Like, so shoot. Like, I'll take it. Skylar could run too. Skylar's almost built almost like
absolutely.
Allen. So that could be a virtue if the coach is looking seriously at that game plan and his tools. He could use it. Cap, what up? What are you gonna say?
Yeah, man. I mean, what you're doing right now, I love it. Because at the end of the day, man, I see so much like distraught. Like people are giving up, bro. Like at the end of the day, we're playing our house money right now, bro. Like we don't need to show off for anybody.
True.
They got the pressure, not us.
We got nothing to lose, bro. We could bring out trick plays, You're right. Like it's just a fun day for us. If we lose, we already know where we expect to talk about the offseason. If we win, it's great. We just get to enjoy a Sunday and just go nuts. So I hear you, bro. I'm with you on that. That's why I'm not sitting here talking about the offseason yet, because that's not. Why would I do that? I got this channel, all you guys, and the whole offseason talk about that. We got a game, so I agree with you.
As a fan base, Larry, I understand as a fan base, a lot of people didn't get the way they wanted this team to be formed in their way.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's about the logo, bro. I've been saying that for the past 3 years. Like, we might not like it if it's not sexy, but I'm not here for style points, bro. I'm here for wins.
True.
What about you?
Yeah, bro, it was like, and me, I was already kind of saying, oh, the way the season went. But, bro, watching that game on Sunday, man, I was excited. You got to be excited. We won the game. It was fun. It was a football game. You get immersed in the game of the day. Hitting that field goal, how about that?
Hey,
how about
there,
Sanders
bro.
coming through? That's dope. I
I
saw
was
Miss
there,
Fins
huh?
on TV. I know some of y'all were there.
Hey, she was there. We were there. We were all in a coma, but we were still there.
Hell yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Hey,
And you
Cap.
guys were loud too, bro, Cap. By the way, contrast to Green Bay, y'all were loud. I heard you. Like, the fans were not playing on Sunday. And that mattered too, bro. That mattered.
Yeah,
the team
that matters
feels
to
that.
me. That
Yeah.
matters to me. Where the hell is everybody? All of a sudden, everybody's gone. That
Yeah,
place was
bro.
infested by Jets fans, bro, and we showed up. What
Yeah.
about you guys?
Yeah, you were loud, bro. I loved it. And Sanders hitting
Yo,
that
Shake.
game winner. Finally, redemption for Sanders. That was dope. Mountie, what are you going to say to Shake, yo?
Hey, Shake, what is that? A Dom Tomas?
That's what?
Is that Stogie? Is that the Dom Tomas?
It's Factory Smokes.
Oh, okay, got it.
It's a sweet
Shake
tip.
Shake out here just swagging, like on the
Shake
reg.
don't
You know-
mess around,
I
man.
know he freaking
Yeah,
OG
OG.
style.
Hell yeah. He just sits back.
Connoisseur.
Half the show, he just smoking until he wants to make 1 point. He just listens to everybody. He's like, oh, real quick, 1 point. And then I'm like, yes, Shake. And then he just makes
Sophisticated, bro.
Hey, Cap. I love it when you come in the space, either whether in Twitter or on the panels. How you check all these clowns that are anti-team, but they're pro player. There's nothing wrong with being a pro player, but it's about the front of the jersey, not the back.
Bro,
Because you get all these little young
100%
thinking
agree, bro.
millennials.
yeah, millennials, bro. It is. No, we are
These
millennials.
millennials.
Gen Z.
Dude, I've been
Gen
a
Z.
Dolphins
Yeah,
fan since
we're late.
We're
I-
millennials. It's Gen Z.
I've been
Gen Z.
I've been a Dolphins fan.
Hey,
This is
Larry.
I've been a
millennial
Dolphins
podcast.
fan since
Brownie.
I've been a Dolphins fan from 1979.
Yeah,
And by the
bro.
way,
Well, maybe you're
Yeah.
not.
Hey, 78, bro. 78.
Hey,
So I'm
bro.
not
Yes,
falling for
sir.
the banana in the
You guys-
tailpipe, bro.
You got not gonna
At
fall
the
for
end
the
of the
banana in the
day, bro.
tailpipe. You guys are like Gen X
No,
millennial
no.
tweeners, yo.
Hey Cap. Hey Cap.
But
No,
yeah.
bro.
so,
Hey,
so you
hey,
Cap, you
we
mentioned
are in
no
the playoffs,
expectations.
Wait, John, go ahead. Let
and
John go
I
ahead.
am not apologizing for it. I'm
Oh
sorry.
heck no. No reason to apologize. But hey Cap, I mean you brought it up, so I gotta hit you on it, man. You had mentioned like no expectations. And I had thought the same thing. Like when you had said that, I was like, damn, that was one of the points I was gonna bring up. I mean, we're just on the same wavelength, but I'm thinking this no expectations. Granted, I wanted AFC East, I wanted the conference, all that, but that would have come with a ton of expectations, and the disappointment of a loss would have just been devastating. But right now we're going in with no expectations. Do you think this is more of a benefit to us, or like versus number
course.
1 seed, or where we're coming in right now? Because
Hey,
I don't know.
play loose. Play loose.
Absolutely.
bro.
And
Play
then
loose.
think of it like this. Skylar Thompson will actually get playoff experience. Wow. As a rookie.
Hey,
Yeah,
no,
Takes us to the playoffs, win the game that gets us in the playoffs, and God forbid if he wins it.
penalty. Oh man. Hey, look, I said it earlier in the year. Skylar is not the anointed one. This franchise, year after year, preseason after preseason, all these draft picks, whatever we do, we always have an anointed quarterback, and we put all of our freaking faith in this guy. Skylar has literally come out of nowhere. In fact, I hate to say it, half the damn fan base wanted us to lose. So
I was gonna say
Skylar
that,
would look
John.
Bad. And
Take it.
so we're in a different situation right now. We have an unanointed quarterback, the not anointed one, I should say, coming in, winning a huge game in January, not even December, in January, basically a win and you're in type of game. So
Preach,
I don't care
John,
if we put up
preach.
9. I don't care if we put up 9 points, 6 points. The guy did what it takes. He contributed to the team in a manner that won the game. And something that might be getting missed right now is that defense. That defense, granted, it was the Jets offense. I understand, but that defense stepped up and they played for Skylar. I think they believe in the kid. They came up. And another thing, in the post-game press conference, Coach Mike, I don't know if he believed in Skylar before this game, but after this game, he seems to believe in the kid. So right now, we've got a quarterback that has not been anointed. We have almost no expectations. We're going up against Buffalo Bills, which we know is a rivalry. We know we could compete. And frankly, I think our defense is pretty hot right now.
We got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
Hey.
man. And Josh Allen, he ain't. Go ahead, Shake. Yeah, man.
Shake, go ahead.
Hey. Oh, go ahead, Shake.
Two things I want to point out. One thing that's got this, one of the reasons why this defense played so well, two reasons. Number one, we didn't go 3 and out, so the defense wasn't gassed. And number two, Skylar Thompson did not put their offense in great field position to score. So they had to go the length of the field.
It was
So it
true.
That's
So
a
I'm
field
gonna
position
say-
game, Shake. True. Go ahead, man.
And I'm gonna tell you this: if this kid goes out here Sunday, even if we lose, and he goes out there and lay it all and sling that rock and get up and play ball, put points on the board, I'm telling you, this front office has something to think about this offseason. I'm trying to tell you.
No,
They
what
got
would
something to
you
think about
say?
regardless
No.
in general
What
with the
would you
quarterback
say?
position.
Larry,
Well-
what would you say? Mountie, what would you say next season if that would happen?
Bro, I always said there should be an open competition at quarterback in the offseason. If Tua had sustained his midseason success, I would not be saying that. But he did not. And it's not just injuries, and that's all anybody's going to talk about. Big O, all them, they're already spinning the yarn. Barry Jackson, already spinning the yarn. It's only an injury. He's got his... No. He struggled. There should be an open competition. I will say this before I let Lewis on to talk to us too, and Von Joe's in the back, and Greg, I got to let them on. But I'll say this. People are rooting for Skylar to lose and suck because all they care about is their dude winning and being right. And that is a shame. I hope Skylar does well. And I hope Tua comes back and does well in the offseason. I hope everything goes well so we have options, man. That's what I hope, but that's just
These
me.
people are a bunch of degenerates.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
by the way,
Shake.
I'll just let you know, my brother.
Ingrates. A bunch of ingrates.
Hey, my Cuban brother is in the building, so children, put your children to bed because it's about to get real.
Lewis, what up, man?
Lou,
King,
Bonjo, what's up?
Bringing the heat.
King Mill in the chat. What's good, man? Subscribe if you guys haven't.
Bonjo,
Man. You see
what up?
we do on this channel. Subscribe. You see what we do. Super chat's open. Chat's open. Lewis, what's on your mind? Then I'm gonna go to Von Joe. Lewis, what's good?
Larry K, panel, hope all is well. And
Yes,
I'm
sir.
celebrating. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to sit up here and lie.
Toast to you, my
For
brother.
me,
Look,
my victory came today. We have finally got rid of Tua Tagovailoa. Today, we got the news we were all waiting for. We got our team back, guys. We got our franchise back. We can get away from all the misery of this Tua stuff.
I don't know if it's gone, bro. I'm warning you.
Larry, I think again, if you look at the two,
Remember who's in charge, sir. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. I'm hoping then. Let me just say this.
Magoo,
I'm hoping that we are getting rid of the kid. And again, it's nothing personal towards Tua, right? I just think we already know what he is. And again, I think, because I already hear the narrative getting spun. Oh, the doctors are holding him back, the NFL. No. I think it's a benching again. I think they truly don't want this kid back on the field. I'm sorry.
Lou,
I can't let it go.
I don't know.
bro. Ain't no doctor gonna stand
he's
up
a
on that, bro.
liability. He's a liability. This is all political. This is all liability.
Right
The
now.
injury
Big.
political
Ain't no
angle, I
doubt
agree.
about
I don't know
that,
if they don't
bro.
want him on. I don't know if they don't want him on for play wise though. That I don't know. I think the medical liability media issue is true. I don't know if they are choosing
Larry,
for play to
once you
keep him.
mess with
I
the
don't know about
Doctors
that.
Association, you mess with everybody. You got one of them fired, they know. All
No,
of
I
them
know. I agree with that. And I think that whole thing was nonsense. You already know.
That's a
My stance
great
already
point,
is
though.
that's BS. You already know. And I already said, like, oh, he's got memory issues. I already mocked that. So I agree with all of you
Man,
on that.
come on,
I just
man.
don't know if it was the on the field. I don't think, this is just my opinion, none of us know.
We're being
I don't
blackballed
think
like
it was
Kaepernick, bro.
Yeah, but I don't think it was on the field though. Like, we don't want him on the field. I think it was more medical. Yes, I don't think McDaniel was like, I'd
It's been 3
rather roll
weeks,
with
man.
Skylar. That
It's
I
been
don't.
3
Well,
weeks.
I think, Larry, I think it is due to play. Because look at the situation. He had a horrible 4-game stretch. I don't care what no one
I
tells
agree.
you in Buffalo. And again, he might have played well in Buffalo. But I think Coach McDaniel came down to the realization. Remember, when they said, oh, we were watching things on film and we told Tua he should go get checked out. I think they started noticing things on film from week 1. That, again, it's Tua's MO. Look at the last 2 seasons. He only reads one half of the field. It's one read, and that's it. And I think Coach McDaniel really got tired and was like, look, man, I've tried to tell this kid every week there's plays to be made, and for whatever reason, he just don't get it done. That's why
I
What
think
does
you
that
got
say
too
about
much.
McDaniel?
Hold on. Let him
What does
finish.
that
Let him
say
finish.
about
But
McDaniel?
I don't
What
think.
does that
I don't
say
have that.
about
I
McDaniel?
don't have that much faith. To your point, Cap. I don't have that much faith in McDaniel, bro. He came in here. He already saw the tape, and he was up his butt. And now he didn't say, I saw some stuff, he's not good. He said he made an excuse for him. I saw some stuff, so I thought he might have got hit. I think McDaniel, I won't give him that much credit, bro. I don't give him that much credit.
Fired. Nah, not on my
I don't
watch.
know
I
about
think
all that.
McDaniel said, nah, you ain't going to do this
I
to
think,
me.
listen, we could talk about it, but I bet you next year Tua comes out with McDaniel as a starter. And I think I just don't agree. I agree with you, Lewis, that Tua has not been good, and I don't think he should, but I don't believe that the organization and that coach is that smart, man. I think they bring him back. I think they trot his butt back out here next year. That's just my opinion.
Larry K, don't hurt my heart like that, my friend. Do not
I'm
hurt
not.
my heart.
I could be wrong, bro, but I don't have faith in this damn organization, bro. I think you're right, Lewis. You're right. I just don't know if they are going to see it.
Hey, Lewis.
You're right.
We see you, Von Joe. We see
Unless you
Von
have
Joe's ready,
another
man.
team that's willing to dance with you, bro.
Hey.
Unless
All
you
right,
have another team that's willing to dance with you, it's not going to happen.
Hey,
Now
by the
listen.
way,
Larry, you my boy. If you my boy, if Tua comes back, I'm gonna have you charged for conspiracy.
You crazy, bro. George Big O. He's the one inspired. Big O is on this nonsense, bro. Big O and Barry Jackson, them clowns. Shake, go ahead.
Well,
I want to ask some
And then I got to let Von Joe on because he's sitting there looking swaggy as hell, hand like this, waiting patiently. So y'all go, and then I'm going to let Von Joe go. So go ahead.
DJ,
Shake.
what's wrong with you, bro?
Check this out. If you were to take away those 2 kick returns from Buffalo, the score would have been 21-23. So that tells you right there that the Patriots that we could have beaten put 23 points on these Buffalo Bills, and we didn't allow 23 points. We didn't allow the Patriots to put 23 points on us. So that tells you right there that the Buffalo Bills defense is suspect.
Yeah, and it very well could be. And I agree, it could be, and let's see what they do with it. Von Joe, I'm about to put. I forgot I had this little tool. I'm about to use this a little more. It just keeps things organized. Von Joe, what up, man?
DJ.
He about to. All right, everybody just be quiet. All right?
Oh God.
So let me gather myself here. Thanks for having me on, by the way.
As always,
Wonderful show. You know, it helps keep my Wednesday evening hump day going.
There you go.
As I work, but I took a break to come on here because apparently I've been getting spoon-fed, and at this point, I feel like you guys got to try to put a funnel down my throat and just pour it down my throat. This Skylar nonsense. Saying that he did what he needed to do. Of course, he did what he needed to do. He did what we asked him to do against the Jets, which is absolutely fucking nothing. Okay, don't do a fucking thing.
Watch the F. Watch the F. YouTube's gonna get me.
Pardon me.
It's okay.
Don't
I know
do
you're
jack
frustrated.
squat. Just don't listen. Don't give the other team the ball. That's what we asked them to do. That's it. I could have gone out there and did exactly what Skylar did. Hand the ball off and throw it out of bounds. Secondly, everybody talking something. He didn't take the one shot that he took. Thank God he got hit. And it floated into Mike Gesicki's arm because he was throwing into double coverage towards Tyreek that probably would have got picked off. But thank God, from the graces of the football gods, he got hit. And it dropped into Mike Gesicki. So let's really talk about it.
That's a very
listen, I'm gonna give the floor to this man because this man loves Skylar, and I'm not saying that to mock him. I just want to hear his retort.
Listen, he can love Skylar all he wants. No, but again, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions in the times that he's been with it, and I'm supposed to get my hopes again.
No, I get my hopes up though.
And we came from 8-3, people talking about Arizona, to we have nothing to play for. That is where we at as a football team, and you guys want.
I just want you to be excited for this week, bro, because we ain't got that much to root for as Dolphins.
Yo, y'all got me
I ain't saying we're gonna win. I want this, John.
Y'all got me effed up out here.
Let me give you some reasons to believe, man. This team has not won a game since November 27th, okay? We were 0-4 in December. It was hopeless. Our quarterback goes out the next day with a concussion. Apparently forgot the entire second half. Threw 3 picks during that time, all in December. Then the next week, we roll out Teddy Bridgewater, okay? And he's doing decent, and he does this, he does that. But then what happens near the end of the game? The guy throws a pick 6, which is basically the determining play of the game, and we lose it, all right? So, dang, loss. 5 if you're counting. Then what happened this Sunday? We brought in a 7th round rookie making his 2nd official start and a big win or go home game. And the guy stepped into the game. He stepped up to the plate. He was getting pressure roughly 55% of his snaps. He was scrambling. He was moving. He was hitting guys on the run. He was throwing the ball away. He was taking hits. And guess what, Von Joe? The dude got up. He got up from that hit, and he kept playing, okay? So right now we have an unanointed quarterback on our team who is definitely getting the start in the playoffs with 0 expectations. Buffalo doesn't know what to expect, okay? And I just want to a little bit. November 27th is the last time we had a win up until Skylar entered the game. So
thank God we played the Jets. Thank God we played the lowly Jets that have 0 offense. All right. Thank God it was them. Thank God, you're right, Cap. It is about the logo. Thank God the logo that we played was the lowly Jets. Because if it was anybody else with any type of offense, it could have been a college offense. Anything that could score 1 freaking touchdown. We lose. Because tell you the truth, I saw nothing from Skylar that sat there and said, I could leave the ball in his hand. Let's go toe-to-toe and score for score. Y'all got me effed up out here. Oh my
What about
God.
the defense,
I
though?
can't take this.
And just so it's clear right here, my position is that Skylar did what he needed to do. He was tough. I'm not saying that Skylar is. I said he played well enough to be the backup next year. That's what I'm saying.
You know who's
and
also
I'm not saying Tua is the starter. I'm not saying Tua is the starter, but I'm saying that he played well enough to be the backup, and I'm glad that because that's progression. Yes. He was a third string rookie. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Larry K, bring it in. Bring it in.
Yeah, that's it. You want it?
I'm gonna tell you now.
Give it to him.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna bring him in.
I've been telling people this. We have 3 backups on this team. Next year, go find my guy.
You dead ass right. You ain't not lying.
Go find my guy. We need to find
the guy. You ain't lying.
Miami Dolphin fans, we need to find a guy.
Yeah,
BJ, you want a microwave?
You ain't lying, bro.
You want a microwave?
Microwave. I don't want a microwave. I need a deep fryer.
Nah, he ain't lying, bro. We have 3 backups that rotate and get hurt and rotate and rotate.
We've been backups. I need a professional deep fryer. Because, man,
bro, he's not lying,
I don't think
bro.
you're going to get any argument from this panel on that.
No, we all agree. Nobody on this panel is going to argue with that, bro. And that's the play of the Dolphins. That's why we got to be excited about Skylar.
And again, my boy Lewis, me and the homie Lewis, my bro, we sat there and talked about this. And the only reason why we were against the Dolphins making the playoffs is because we know this front office. Y'all mofos act like y'all don't know this.
No, I agree, bro. I already know.
Years. They will repackage this ish and said, "Hey, we made it to the playoffs. Let's run it back."
Hey,
yes,
hold on.
I've been telling you. I just told Lewis, bro. I know that, and I told when McDaniel hugged Ross, and he was like, "Yeah," and a game ball to Stephen Ross. I knew right there that playoffs, man, that saved his job, and we are trying this same thing out. We are running it back, bro. I said it 3 weeks ago. People were mad at me, like, Larry, you don't know what they're thinking, Larry. We're like, nah, we running it back, bro. I'm telling you what they're about to repackage it. Hey, we have injuries. Yes, they are. Everybody is healthy. I can see the marketing team right now. Big O's out there, Barry Jackson already. Yes,
I'm in sales. I'm in marketing. I know this. Hey guys, let's go ahead. We're back healthy. We can see the propaganda. They firing that issue up right now.
Bro, they got Tua a new helmet, and that's going to be the story. Tua's got a sophisticated new helmet, which will lower concussions by blah. Now he can dominate again like he did against the Bears. Bro, I already know. That's why we're just trying to enjoy this week, because we ain't got much beyond that, bro.
By the way, a lot of people that I'm an old school dude, and I used to watch old TVs. I want you to remember this.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s, they used to make commercials that cigarettes were good for you. So
yes, true story, yo.
Good point, Shake.
True story, Shake. Oh, my bad.
Look,
Shake, come back. You got to come back, Shake. I lost Shake.
Cap, looks like you got something to say after
I
you all
lost
go.
Shake.
What is that? The Hunger Games signal? You giving no Cap?
Yeah, Cap. What you saying? Cap, what up?
No,
Cap, what up?
At the
Cap,
end,
what up?
At the end of the day, bro, like
Shake's back.
Yeah, like we are being force-fed bullshit, but you have to understand too, we're in the age of social media where we can have our faces and say, look, man, enough with the bullshit. I'm not hiding from nobody, bro. I pay money. I want to pay back in my investment also.
Bro, this team is not getting another dollar out of me. This team is not getting another cent out of me.
Yes, me either. But the problem is the fan base, and I get yelled at. Today, I told you, I was called a whiny little bitch. That was the word, because I was discussing what we are discussing right now, bro. What we are discussing right now, because people want to act like little children and be like, go team all the time, instead of adults with a billionaire freaking organization and millionaire players. We need to hold them accountable. But this fan base, unfortunately, is going to follow the lead of Big O, Barry Jackson, all these dudes, and just be like, no, we're going to come back tougher than ever. You're not a real fan. And that's why we have mediocrity, bro. Because the fan base lets it happen.
But that's the problem.
You have your narrative. Lewis has his narrative. VJ has his narrative. Nobody should understand that everybody should be heard for a reason, bro. 25 years of mediocrity, bro.
Yes.
Absolutely, Cap. But this is the problem right here. And I'm glad Larry K just touched on this. Because this is what I was saying the other day on Stephen D, right?
Mm-hmm.
We make the playoffs, and everybody that has a platform, all Twitter, everybody on YouTube, not saying everybody because there's certain people like Larry K, but everybody was, we made the playoffs. happy-go-lucky. And all the organization is hearing is, oh, we got him again. We can sell them Coach McDaniel. We can sell them Tua Tagovailoa because we're coming out here and celebrating a playoff berth, right? But if we're going to be honest with ourselves, bro, we squeezed into the playoffs. We were 8-3 at one point with a chance to be the number 1 overall seed in the AFC, and now we're sitting as the 7th seed, barely making it because Buffalo took care of business. We got to be better as a fan base, right? We got to be like, no, I'm not going to celebrate this playoff victory. We got to start calling out this organization.
Bro. Yeah, fuck that.
Lewis,
I know what he said. I know what Lewis is saying.
We're celebrating it. We're coming out here, and again, we're eating ice cream and chasing Rambos after. We're
I'd like to make a counter
because we made the playoffs, and that's what the organization wants.
Hey, Lewis,
we're giving them what they want.
You didn't hear my analogy, but I was telling the team is we didn't punch our ticket. We got standby tickets, and we were hoping that somebody canceled out so we could get our flight.
Let me make a counter argument because Lewis, I do agree with you that
real quick, Larry K. Thanks for having me on. I got to get back to work, my guy.
All right, my brother. Yo, it's good seeing you, bro. It's been a while, man.
Listen, and as angry
Later,
as
brother.
I am, no matter what, it still fins up.
Hell yeah, always.
Man, dude, we love you, Von Joe.
All right, take care.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon. Later, my brother.
All right, VJ.
All right, so
subscribe. By the way, before John goes, subscribe to this channel. You're in here. Hit subscribe. We're getting to 1,600. Yes. You know what we do on this channel. You see what we do. So join Fury fam. Let's go, John. Go ahead.
All right, yeah. So my opinion, my counter argument. And look, I know the franchise is going to want to do what they want to do, but winning that game last week and making it into the playoffs, and then having right now, look, and I don't wish ill upon the guy. And I just want to be so clear, and no one here does. But the fact that Tua still cannot start. This is a missed playoff game. This is 5 regular season misses. This is not a great. He didn't beat. I don't think he beat a lot of good teams. So in my eyes, at least probably 45 to 50% of the fan base is on to this whole Tua narrative. So if they do try to regurgitate that, which they may, or they may try to regurgitate Mike, I think we are on to these folks. So they may do their thing, but at least most of the fan base is already onto it. So if you want to take I mean, that's my counter argument to is we're on to Tua now. So that was the point of winning last week is there is no more excuses for Tua. We see right through it. Everything else,
John, what do you think I've been doing? What do you think I've been doing for the past 3 years, bro? I've been talking so much stuff about everything that's going on right now that I've embraced everybody on this panel that's finally showed up and made me not seem like I'm crazy because there's something wrong in Miami Gardens right now, bro.
The point to me, though, is, bro, you may say that we know that. He's not off the hook with us. And most irrational, like, legitimate, objective fans say that. But unfortunately, dude, there are so many people that are already going to the excuses and already buying into the nonsense. So as much as you say that, I don't.
What is wrong with them?
They're ridiculous. They're crazy, bro.
Do they not think for themselves? Not to offend people.
No, they can't.
We must evaluate with our own eyes and make decisions on our own, regardless of who says what. I need to form my own opinion, So I don't understand how people could be thinking that Tua seriously could be a long-term solution here. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know what lens they're looking through to see.
You can tell me, hey, he helped us get in the playoffs. I could tell you, hey, he almost got us eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, well, yes, because he didn't get us into the playoffs per se. Skylar was the one who finally won the game that did it. And I'm not saying that Skylar was, so I'm just saying they got to stop pretending that Tua did it because he won games like 2 months ago. He didn't do it. Like, the team did it.
Hey, be grateful for your defense. Be grateful for the defense you have.
And let me point out something real quick. 2001 Super Bowl, right? When the Patriots won the Super Bowl, everybody says Tom Brady won the Super Bowl, but they didn't realize that what they don't mention is that Drew Bledsoe is the one who put him in position to get to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, it's still Tom Brady.
I see where you're going, Shake, and I like it. Skynet activated. Yes,
absolutely. You know
these are how they are, bro. This is them. Yeah. Go squad. Go team. You got to support. Don't be a bad fan. That's what they are, bro.
That's what they are.
Tom
They
Brady
remind me of
7th
Jim
round.
Carrey in that movie.
You know what's funny? You know what's
Great
funny about
comparison,
all
Shane.
that, John?
Yeah,
Too?
listen.
Because I've been having arguments and debates and just talking with fans all day, whether it's on YouTube or Twitter, right? And this was the narrative that they tried to tell me about Skylar Thompson's performance against the Jets. Well, he only threw for 150 yards. How could that happen with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and all these weapons and stuff? But what they failed to realize with those same weapons, when Tua Tagovailoa was on the field, he went to the Chargers that were all beat up in the secondary, had second and third stringers playing in that defense, and he only threw for 143 yards. They're quick to forget about those performances by Tua, a 5th overall pick in the first round, but they're holding Skylar Thompson to such a high standard, being a 7th round rookie. And again, I'm not saying sitting here and making it seem like Skylar Thompson won us the game and did something spectacular. I'm not saying that, but I just think the hypocrisy again in this fan base. But that's what I'm saying. It's the hypocrisy in this fan base. And again, I know how John feels,
bro. At the end of the day, everybody on here knows what's going on, bro.
I get it, Cap, but I'm saying for the homie John, which I respect, and I'm happy for John that we got a playoff berth. And again, Sunday afternoon, I'll be watching my team and rooting for my team on Sunday. I'm not saying that I'm not happy. Man. I'm not saying I'm not happy for us making the playoffs. I just think that by making the playoffs, right, I think it gives the organization an easier out to feed us Chris Greer that we were complaining about. It gives
you can't deny that.
To give another year for Tua, another year.
Or we can be louder.
Can't even deny that.
That's what I don't know.
We should be louder. We should be louder.
We need to be louder.
Just so you know, this channel is going to be loud on that, and I plan on going hard as soon as this game's over or whenever we're out of the playoffs, going hard, and they could call me whatever names are. I'm going hard at these other channels, and if you guys haven't subscribed, do it, because this channel is going to be the voice that way. I'm not playing with them. Lewis, I'm with you.
And I'm standing with you right there at the forefront, Larry K.
Look,
right with you.
Last year, Stephen Ross fired. Go ahead, Shake. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say I feel blessed today to be joined by Kahari P, man. What's going on, my brother?
No kid. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kahari P, man. You're the man. You're the man, the myth, the legend. What's good? What's on your mind, man? But yeah, this channel keeps it real, and they can't ignore me anymore. When I was just a fan watching TV, they could. But now that I came up, God bless it, TD put me on, and now that I have the platform with all of you, they can't ignore us anymore. They could try to skip the video, but they're going to see my glasses-ass lawyer face from Jersey coming at them with all you guys every time they turn on the internet. So that's it. KP, what's good, man?
Yeah, man, the fix is in, just like Lewis was explaining, man. Listen, the wheels are already in motion. Win or lose, come this Sunday, the fix is in, man. Brady is on his way to stay here for a year or two. That gives them cover to keep the cash cow known as Tua in the team at the second string, right? They can keep him and argue that they're going to do the best for him, let him recuperate, sell that, continue to sell tickets, and maybe the 50-year-old Brady can, allow us to pull off a couple more playoff wins.
Legitimate fix.
Bro, I'm with that. That's an interesting another angle that makes perfect sense, sir. I like that.
Hold on, though. I got to push back a little bit on that.
Okay.
If we bring in Tom Brady, Tua got to go. All right, and Skylar's the backup.
I already bring that up because the real football decision here is to bring in a young prime Lamar Jackson. But of course they won't do that, right? Lamar Jackson the Baltimore Ravens just unloaded big money in re-signing Roquan Smith. So they may have already made their decision, right? They may have already made their last offer to Lamar Jackson. He's going to be available. But you know who's going to get him instead? The New York Jets. Why?
Oh, please,
their
no.
whole scouting staff.
Why are you saying that, bro?
And their defense is good, bro.
From Baltimore.
I'm so scared of them.
The same people who drafted and selected Lamar Jackson are now working for the New York Jets. That's their scouting agency. They're getting Lamar Jackson. We're not. We'll get the 50-year-old Brady, and we'll probably lose the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Championship.
And we have to get
Brady. Will go on. The sorrow will continue.
We are in trouble, KP.
If the Jets get
we
Jackson,
are in trouble. That's right. Lewis, look at Lewis showing his face, man. Lewis is all up in there, all showing that face. I love it.
Fan, man. We all show our face on here all of a sudden. Dude, you never see their face. You come on Larry K, everybody's face on here. And they all look great, man. We out here.
Yeah. Everybody's face.
If the Jets get Lamar Jackson, we have to get Brady in.
Hey, shout out
we gotta do something.
in the building, bro.
We gotta do something.
I'm not okay with that. Like the Jets cannot get Lamar
But
Jackson.
how does that dynamic work though? Because I agree with KP. I would like to see Brady in here. I think that's the easiest fix that we can get in, and without trading assets. I think he would come in for less money.
So what if David Carr goes to New England?
But hold on, Cap. Hold on. I just want to know how that dynamic works of bringing Tom Brady in, and then how do you keep the 5th overall pick and tell him he was supposed to come in and be the savior of this franchise? We were giving him the keys when we drafted him, and now all of a sudden we just put
like
him on the
this.
bench.
Hey, just like this.
I don't see how that happens. I really don't.
Bro,
I agree, Cap.
You sell it as rehab. You sell it as long-term rehabilitation.
KP, but do you think Tua? I'm just saying, as a competitor, I'm just trying to. How can? Because I'll put myself in there, right? If I was in that situation, there's no way in. I won't.
Don't overthink it, bro. He can compete
there's
elsewhere.
No way I could be.
It's a
I
business.
could be a competitor.
He can compete elsewhere.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. No, Cap, I get it. If I see, for me, I would get rid of Tua, but I'm just using KP's scenario. For me, if I was Tua, there's no way if I was brought in to do a job and I failed at that job, I couldn't sit behind someone else to replace me. I'm just saying that's me. I don't know how that dynamic would work with Tua.
I think you're right. That's the ultimate wild card. Tua has the potential to bust up that whole and theorized scenario. It's just a theory. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
And if he is the competitor that you suggest he is, then he won't allow that to happen because he's got to be the one to willingly take a back seat in that scenario. You know. But hey, I mean, who better to take a back seat to than Brady? I mean, that argument
100%.
has to be compelling, at least at some level. You know,
Brady doesn't win.
Somebody's going to take a back seat. It needs to be somebody like an AR-15 or a Skylar, not a Tua. I'm sorry. If we have to go out and get a bridge, we need to. The bridge needs to jump over what we got now. We got to try and get what we can for him. I'm sorry. I'm not willing to wait on that anymore.
Yeah.
And that's Pam saying that.
That's Pam saying that.
That's Pam saying everybody's there now, man. Because
Was it
mentioned
how much he's owed for his 4th year, Tua?
That's my game right there.
I think it might be like
not
18.
guaranteed, though.
It's
owed, I don't think it's guaranteed.
I think he's got 18 million. It's not guaranteed?
No.
I think the rookie contract.
It's a rookie contract.
Okay,
No,
honestly, I don't know a lot about. I think he's due 18,
right, Larry.
At some capacity next year. I don't know if he's on the team or not. But
Well,
I think
that
there's
would be
value
the
to trading
5th-year
him.
option. I think that would be his 5th-year option. And again, there's a team right now that I guarantee you would love to have Tua Tagovailoa, and that's the Indianapolis Colts. If you look at that situation, again, inside a dome, you're going to have 8 home games inside a weak division. That team would jump and bite.
And they're in the South, bro. They're in the AFC South, bro.
Chris Greer should be on the phone right now with the general manager of Indianapolis working the deal out right now.
Oh,
I like that.
Wait a second.
Call him up.
I like that, Lewis. I like it, bro.
Miami's
really
weather
do.
too, though. So it's almost the same thing, isn't it?
No, Miami's got to travel to Buffalo, New Jersey, and New England every year. And they don't play inside, so it could get cold in Florida. It was 40-something degrees when we were playing down there against
absolutely.
Who the hell was it? Green Bay. And he didn't and we struggled so inside a dome every time at home, and then playing the AFC South, which is who? Jacksonville. Tennessee, which gets cold, but not as cold as up here. And where else? Houston. Bro, Houston, the Bay, bro. That's much better situation than Miami.
Perfect scenario for Tua.
I'm not opposed to that, but do you think he'll be cleared by? I mean, honestly,
yes.
Do you think a doctor clears this guy
by next year?
You're gonna have to sign some waivers. Like if the doctor's saying, "Look, I'm clearing you, but you're signing all of this."
They did it after. Listen, there's a lot of media hype, and I get it. They did it after the second concussion with Cincinnati, even though they fired the first guy. They will do it by the fall because he's got agents and stuff too. They can't lawfully, arbitrarily hold him back without a medical basis when other guys are getting 6 concussions. He'll sue them. They will clear him by fall.
Hey, Larry.
Would you clear him as a doctor?
This morning, Max Kellerman
right the hell now,
and
bro.
Keyshawn Johnson were saying Tua had
4 concussions.
Yeah, see, I mean, I don't even know anymore.
And listen, I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. So I'm just
at least on
saying.
YouTube.
Yeah, but how are you going to say that this guy had 4 concussions?
Greg is a doctor. He works at the community service stand. He's got to be a psychiatrist half the time. So,
Bro, ESPN
That's what I
is
feel
saying
like
that.
I am dealing with all these my fellers right here. I'm a psychiatrist.
yes, exactly.
Go ahead, Dr. Pam.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think that is Tua going to even decide that he wants to play? I mean, honestly, do you think that he didn't have some say so into whether he didn't get cleared for Sunday?
I honestly think he wants to play because to
Well,
him,
supposedly they said he wants to play.
Listen,
Yeah,
if you're a
supposedly
young
they
kid,
said he wants to play.
yeah, no matter how much he struggles, like he's a young man who's a competitor. He played football at the highest level, Alabama, now Miami, and NFL. He wants to play. He wants to prove everybody like us to shut up, even if he wouldn't because he struggled. He wants to. I don't think it was him. I think he's going to come back and play.
Look,
for us or somebody else, I do.
Cap hit on it earlier. What doctor, Larry K, I know you would clear him, all right? But what other doctor, honestly, wants to clear him after knowing the last doctor that cleared him to return to play in Buffalo
Michael
got
Jackson,
fired?
bro.
Yeah, but not the last one. Not the last one who
clear
cleared him from
everybody.
Cincinnati, though. Yeah, they cleared him already, and no one
This
got
dude's
fired.
doctors fired. Like,
No.
I mean,
Yes.
you know.
Now, he
But
wasn't fired because of that, though.
No,
that wasn't
I mean-
the firing.
But he
was
was
on
fired.
something completely
But he
different.
was fired.
Messing around with Tua.
He was fired.
Without
He was
Tua,
fired.
That doctor still has his job.
He was fired because of media hype. But remember, the second doctor who cleared him after the second concussion is fine, so they'll clear him.
Yeah, but Larry, let a doctor clear him and then him go out and get another concussion. Let's see what happens to that doctor. You know what I mean? Like, I hear what you're saying, but
Or
at the
to
same
the
time,
NFL, John, right? To
Yeah,
the
but that's
NFL,
like saying,
to
bro,
the NFL.
media hype will take down anybody these days, but then no one would do anything anymore, and that's just not the case.
but
Like,
the
people
media
still-
took down
Well,
Tua
that-
this
that
year. I
doctor-
think he'd be playing without this hype. He probably would have been back last week.
Probably.
Probably,
you're right.
yes.
NFL
So I think
but
it's a
that's
different
why-
circumstance.
I don't
But
think they're
that's
going to hold
why
him out,
the
man,
concussion is real.
for another year. That I don't think.
But I think the
That's
NFL
KB.
doctor that cleared him in the Buffalo game set a precedent because the
Hey,
NFL
so
Players
my
Association
question to
came
you
after-
is,
they came
if
after
the
him.
Dolphins gave up on him, why are you guys so quick to give him the starting job next season?
No, we're not. I'm just
Nobody-
saying the
none of us
Dolphins
are.
did not
We're
give up
not.
on him, bro. Like the
No.
idea, I'm with Lewis. The idea that they gave up, bro, they are gonna spin this. I forget who said it. I think it was Lewis. Somebody said it. They are going. It was Von Joe. They are gonna
Lewis.
spin this
Am I off
thing,
base?
man.
Am I off
Like,
base?
they already spinning it. That's the thing. Like you gotta
But I'm
listen
saying,
between
am
the
I off base
lines.
by saying that?
McDaniel already said, oh, he wasn't looking consistent, so I saw he had a concussion. That was already an excuse for his bad play. They are going to trot this out, bro. I've been saying this for weeks. People don't want to listen to me. Now you see Big O and all these connected media dudes start spinning. That dude can ball. He can ball. He just got to stay healthy. That's how they're going to use that excuse to say, oh, he got healthy.
1,000%.
It's time for the comeback. Bro, I'm telling you. Watch.
1,000%.
Right, Larry.
And see, that's
You've
the
been right.
concussion narrative.
You've been right.
The concussion
Yes.
narrative just immediately erases the memory of the 0-4. And there was no damn
Yes.
concussion.
Yes, Kate. Yes,
Look,
bro.
if that guy, I'm telling you guys
Yes,
honestly
sir.
right now, if they
Preach,
try to
sir.
sell me Tua next year, there's no chance I'm buying NFL.
They're
Sunday
selling
ticket
it,
or
so
any-
get ready
I'm
to-
not doing. I'm not
You're gonna
subscribing
eat
to
it,
that.
and you're gonna
Once
buy
he's
No,
done
hold
with
on.
the season,
And hold on. Let me
then I'll
get
buy
the
it.
super chat. Carlos,
Sorry,
thank you for
go ahead,
donating,
please.
sir. Thank you for donating. We love you, and
Carlos.
it's a huge help to the channel. Carlos, you're the man for donating. Thank you. AR-15 is hype and inaccurate. He will be a backup in the NFL. I am a University of Florida alumni. Go Gators.
Are you Larry? Are you? I did not know that.
No,
So-
no, that's what Carlos said.
Oh,
I'm a
Carlos.
Northeastern
Okay.
dude, man. No. I have
was
nothing
gonna
against
say,
the Gators.
I didn't know you
No,
came
no.
all the way down to Florida.
No.
But so what I was going to say about AR-15. So as a Florida Gator fan, and Shake Money's with me, Von Joe's with me. There's a Greg. There's a few of us that are Gator fans. So I'm going to tell you my take on AR-15.
All right, I'll plead
First of all-
ignorance. Who's AR-15?
Anthony Richardson
Anthony Richardson.
I'm with you,
from
Cap.
Florida
I don't know who
Gator,
that is.
quarterback for the University of Florida. A prototype as a physical specimen. The man is powerful. You're not going to take him down. He's going to run through tackles. He has an arm, but he has weaknesses. So,
What's his body type? Josh Allen? What?
No, he's like a
Kyler
Lamar
Murray?
Jackson. He's like a Lamar Jackson. A poor man's Lamar Jackson.
He's a running.
I don't know about a poor man's. I mean, he is full on gonna run through defenders like he is bad to the bone.
He doesn't have the pedigree of Lamar Jackson. Remember, Lamar Jackson at the college level was just as dominant as Tua Tagovailoa. You know, he was a Heisman winner twice in a row, right?
Tebow won the Heisman too. Shoot.
Right.
College a different game, man. You could dominate different ways in college than you can in the NFL.
I would say the only thing about Anthony Richardson is all his passes are 90-mile-per-hour passes.
So what's the realistic chance of us getting him?
So we don't.
Probably
so I know, Shake, that you think that those 2 passes in the last 2 games of the season, you think those were just overpowered passes. I'm telling you, bull crap. The dude threw the ball out of the back of the end zone with absolutely no shot of any receiver getting it. And we had, 6 seconds left on the clock, an opportunity to tie and win the game, and a receiver in the end zone, a good receiver, throw the ball up, let the man come down with it. Well, that's not what he did. He was protecting his stats. Whatever he was doing, it was not for the team. I don't see him as a team player. He will probably go in the second round.
We don't want him.
But let me ask you a question though. Are we talking about AR-15 to replace Tua because again?
No.
Yeah, so
he needs to sit behind somebody. In my opinion, he should stay another year in college, which he's not going to.
Yeah,
I don't want a project. I don't.
I'm not trying to go and find a replacement if we are moving off of Tua, let's say next year. It can't be no one from college. It can't be Skylar Thompson.
Agreed.
I don't care.
We need a bridge.
I understand how everybody is so excited about Skylar and the upside. Yes, I can see the potential. But we are in a window, guys, that we have the next 2 to 3 years. That's
that window's
next
closed.
year, and then maybe next year and the year after that. We have to go get a guy. If the goal is about winning Super Bowls, because again, I seen how happy everybody got for a playoff victory. But I've been a fan of this team for 35 plus years. I'm tired of I don't want playoffs, especially when you feed me a Tyreek Hill, when you feed me a Terran Armstead, when you feed.
I know.
There's no way in hell.
Yeah, but with that being said, Lewis, we still got a game Sunday though, bro.
Yeah, we do.
No, we agree. We're just talking about the court. And Carlos adds, by the way, that he compared AR to Tim Tebow a little bit without, a little inaccurate, but a beast running. But anyway, keep going,
Lewis. Actually, that, Carlos,
no one up here,
I
and
agree
again,
with you.
Unless you're going to wear your Super Homer hat.
Yeah,
no,
I agree. I agree, Lewis.
Look,
I
don't know, guys. We're sitting here right now. We're staring down. We've got a rookie quarterback who came out. Granted, it's only 9 points. He did not lose the game for us. I've got so much hope with my Dolphins. I have a new prospect on deck, and I get to judge him.
53 guys, bro.
Hey, guess what? Last week he's passed that sniff test for me. I saw it. We won. He didn't make any mistakes. The dude scrambled, took some hits, even had some football god luck. This is what I'm looking for in a quarterback. Okay?
What grade would you give him, John?
And against a really good defense, might I add.
Against a top 3 defense, John,
I give him props.
I'm on the same page as you.
Are we moving forward? Moving forward with Skylar next year?
Let's see if he wins on Buffalo. You might change your tune next week.
I will.
Larry, I mean, come on. If the guy comes out and wins again, look, I think even if he wins at Buffalo, I still think we need to bring in a vet. I think it should be an open competition. But if this guy wins in Buffalo, guess what? We're going to do something we haven't done for 22 years. So we'd all be freaking fools not to open our eyes to that reality.
If that happens, yes.
I'm with you because
we're on the
that
cusp
game.
We
Sunday,
are in the game. I don't know if we're on the cusp of winning the game.
Right.
You got to be in the game to get over the cusp, and we're in the game.
But but I wouldn't call that being on the cusp.
Larry, I mean, come on. I
The
want
stage
Pam,
is
I know
set,
you want to
John.
get in
The
here, but
stage is set. Let's see if he can act
our
it out.
defense,
I mean, yeah.
Look, this is a rivalry. We know this team. We know Josh Allen. We've played him well. We snuck by them. We've already won this year. I think there is real hope here in this guy, Skylar. Look, if he comes out and if he makes a few throws, look, imagine if he hits like a Tua, hits a guy on the run and they go into the end zone. You going to take it away from the guy?
Hell no.
That would be
I'm
hitting a throw.
I hope it happens. I'm just not sure.
Do it. He's liable to do it with Tyreek. And, look, I've seen Tua do it many times. 10-yard pass goes for 50. 10-yard pass goes for 80. All it takes is a 10-yard. That's why we brought these guys in. They
agree,
have the potential to get that yak.
Remember, he hasn't done that yet all year, pretty much. Now, and by the way, Sauce Gardner was in and out with an injury last week, and he didn't do it. I'm not saying he won't. I want him to. I'm just saying I'm not there where I'm glad we're in the game. I'm rooting for it. I hope it happens. I'm just not there where I think it's likely to happen. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair. So Larry, let me.
And I think we're all operating on that premise. And Pam, one sec. I think we're all operating on that premise. That's why we're having the conversation about moving on. If that changes, if he lights it up, I think all of us will change our tune to some extent.
You don't know what
Pam,
it is for me to daydream, bro. You don't know what it is for me to daydream, talking about like the defense just pulling off a miraculous victory.
Of course, we can all daydream. Pam,
we
go
know
ahead.
that daydream, Cap for life. We know that daydream. We all been in that daydream. But this is what I want to tell you. So last week's game, I don't like the narrative that Skylar didn't lose, right? I don't like that narrative because he did more than that. That was a top 3 defense. The offensive line did not play that well. We didn't have Armstead. They didn't play that great. They were coming through repeatedly. So what did Skylar do? He threw the ball away at the appropriate time. He scrambled out. He made some great passes. I believe that, and we all know that the playbook was kind of small. You know, they kept him under wraps a little bit. They didn't want him to make a mistake. So, you know, they didn't just throw it all out there for him. He looked scared. I'm going to say it. And Skylar, to me, doesn't normally look scared, but he looked scared. But on the line was our entire season, right? Everybody is sitting back there. We got to make the playoffs. So it was tough. The whole thing was tough. Coming into this week's game, we got Barfalo getting players back off of IR. We got the kid that got hurt, and Hamlin. He's probably coming to the game. You understand? He's getting out of the hospital. He's probably coming to the game. Do you know what that's going to do to those fans?
Good thing. Frankly, for our team, look, I think the energy, even our own team, will be pumped to see this guy. I think overwhelmingly throughout the stadium, throughout the world, we'll be all very happy to come out and see him. But look, an emotional team could go sideways. It could be a trouncing of us, or honestly, it could get so emotional, it could go against the Buffalo Bills. So Pam, to your point, I get it's one of those nights that it's going to be really emotional. I also think that has the ability to go against the Buffalo Bills. I really do. And I think I mean, maybe I'm reaching for straws. That could be in our favor. That emotion of the night takes it away from the football focus.
John, you're totally in the back of my head right now. So this is where I'm at with that. Oh, okay. So everything looks like it's all going Barfalo's way. The sun is shining, the stars are aligning, everything is coming out for Barfalo. But I can name games that the Miami Dolphins won, where everybody said, don't even bother showing up. Don't show up because there ain't no reason for you to come. And I'm telling you that we have a shot. Am I confident and am I going to go put money on it? No. But am I telling you that I believe that we can do it? Yes. Just think about
We
it.
can, but I'm thinking about. By the way, Carlos says, and thank you again, my brother, for the donation. You're putting up tonight. You're putting your money where your mouth is. We appreciate it on this channel. Thank you, Carlos, for the donation to the channel again, my brother. He says Skylar has a better arm than AR-15, and I think that's probably true. What do you guys think?
I think
And you know
Carlos is right.
That's
Yes.
saying something if a guy has the name AR-15. Let me just say that, because
Well,
when I
damn
saw
right.
AR-15, I thought the guy just had a gun.
Yeah, like
So,
a gun.
yeah.
But by the way,
He does. He's a
Listen.
beast, I'm telling you.
listen, we could beat Buffalo because any football game is any football game, but it's also going to be cold. They're at home. They're a really good team. I mean, I know we beat them early in the year at home. I know it was 100 degrees on their side of the field and they were passing out when it happened. I mean, like, yes, I want to win. Nothing's impossible in the NFL. Literally nothing is impossible for a football game. Nothing.
Larry,
That being
Larry,
said, if
Larry-
I'm a betting man, I'm not putting my money on Miami. I'm just not.
But
Larry,
Snowball
Larry,
game,
but what
we
makes-
should have
what-
won
what
that
makes-
game, right?
Well, hold on, Matt.
Larry,
what'd you say?
what makes Buffalo good?
That quarterback, and they used to have a
Exactly.
pretty good defense. It's not as good
So,
right now.
so what we need to do is take him away, keep him in the pocket.
Yes.
He's dangerous when he's out of the
I
pocket,
agree with
not
you, Mountie.
necessarily
Yes.
in the pocket.
Agreed.
This guy's like number 1 or number 2 in interceptions thrown. So what does
Agreed.
that tell me?
True.
He's impatient, he's cavalier, and he's a gunslinger. So we need to wait on him and keep him in the pocket.
That's all true, bro. I agree with that game plan. So listen, if we can
talking
execute a
there.
game plan, we can win. Yes, Ken. Pam, what are
Okay.
we saying?
I was just asking who was talking there because
Oh, Mountie.
Mountie, I 100% agree with what you just said. Allen is so fallible. When he is pressured and you get him a little rattled, he's got that bad little temper. I'm telling you, that's what happened in multiple games where you saw him get all shook. He can be shook, but you got to bring the house. You got to make him think twice about what he's doing. He's fallible.
Hey, what was Vince Lombardi's mantra? 11 men to the football.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Josh Allen, you want to get outside the pocket, dude, you're going to get this smoke, bro.
True story.
Hey guys, look, we are sitting here. We all thought we were probably going to be out of the playoffs. We were starting Skylar. Hope was not high.
True.
The vibe on this panel alone, Larry, I can feel it. It's so much different than last Wednesday.
True.
There's an energy here. We are all a little anxious. And actually, Larry, I don't actually sense a ton of belief from you. And you might be the only one on this panel. I'm not really feeling like I think we got some real belief here. Do you think we have any chance to win this game? I believe, man. I granted the spread, and I think we're coming in. It might be a destiny thing. I think we're going to win this thing.
I think we have a 20% chance of winning.
20. So you're,
20.
oh, man.
Yeah.
So
Larry,
Larry,
I want you to
did
believe,
you
man. Make me feel better.
Come on. But
Did
I
you
want to be
see
wrong.
the-
Because if we win, I'll be the dunce on the panel. I mean, shoot, whatever. But
you'll love to be wrong, right? You'll
course.
love to be wrong.
of course.
So did you see? So I with some NFL and show and they're covering it and they're saying that the Dolphins have a 22% chance of
So I was
winning
close.
if Skylar starts.
That's
Okay,
I was
That's if
close.
Skylar starts.
Yeah.
Exactly, and
Touche.
then it was a higher percentage if Tua starts. Well, we already know Tua's not starting. We don't even
Yeah,
need
he's
to
not.
discuss that.
No.
So now I feel like Skylar handled one of the top 3 defenses in the NFL. And I don't think Buffalo is quite as high as the Jesters are in defense. The Buffalo, they don't change their defense. What you see is what you get.
Right.
Look at the last game that we played. So they'll give you those runs. They're not going to give you the deep pass downfield, right? So we got to take what they give us. And we just pick away.
I agree. But here's the thing. We're forgetting about the other side of the ball. We're playing Joe Flacco. The Jets have been pathetic all year without a depth quarterback play. So we scored 9 points against the Jets. Yes, they are a better defense than the Bills, but it's not like Skylar took it to them and scored even one touchdown against them, and we could be like, Buffalo's worse, he's going to take care of business there. If he does a little bit better than he did against the Jets, the Bills are going to score points. The Jets couldn't. So that's where my other thing comes in. Yes, we could look at Skylar against that defense and say he held his own, i.e. he didn't throw any picks, and he got 9 points. That's okay, and he's going to do better against the Bills, but the Bills' offense is way better than the Jets' offense.
Right. But
the
difference is that they're... Go ahead.
Go ahead, Miss Pam. Go ahead.
So the difference is that I don't think the Buffalo defense is up to where the Jesters defense is. So therefore, we're going to have a little more open. Skylar is going to get another week playing with the starters, whoever that may be this week. But also, he's going to have another week under his belt. We are not going to play as conservative as we did against the Jesters. We got nothing to lose. We're coming in and we're going to ball out.
That's right. Because we ain't seen the top of what Skylar has. Actually, this week he will be better than he was last week.
I agree about opening it up because we have nothing to lose. But opening it up also comes with risks. And if he throws 2 quick picks, the game's over. So let's not say just because we're opening it up, Larry, it's a touchdown every time. Could be the opposite. We might still kind of play conservative just to try to win. Mounty, go ahead.
But I tell you this, Larry, with Skylar Thompson, first of all, people are looking past his age, his maturity. He's disciplined and he understands how to play this game. Now he's learning his knowledge. He's gaining knowledge, especially in this system. And see, people are kind of disparaging somewhat because he didn't sling it in the Jets game. Well, look, I mean, there was to be honest with you, it was really nowhere to sling it in the Jets game if you watch the film. I mean, he could have made a couple of throws, but the defense, Jets defense were dug in, dude. They were not going to let a rookie beat them. Not through the air. He just was not going to do. They weren't going to allow that. They were playing a lot of cover 4, cover 2. Like they were taking away a lot of the bit, so the windows were really small.
True. And by the way, Carlos is on absolute fire tonight. Carlos is on fire, Carlos. We appreciate you, bro. Fury fam appreciates you. You're on absolute fire, my brother. Appreciate the love, my bro. It really does help with the streaming plan. We got big news at the end of the show, remember, and this helps with that too. But he says, guys, we need a different tight end next season. Mike is not a McDaniel-type tight end. I mean, I think we all know that Mike Gesicki is gone after this year, man. I think that's one of the indictments on McDaniel, man. Me too. I think that's one of the indictments on McDaniel, Pam. That's why I'm not so sure about him. He's stubborn. Yep. We finally used Gesicki last week, by the way, and all of a sudden we win.
What happened?
We won. I bet we use him again, Pam. Carlos, I agree with you.
Larry. Also, to your point about a Skylar, if you go back and watch the film, which I have done, you'll note that pesky irritant penalties keeps on coming up and handcuffing us and stalling any progress this offense makes, despite whoever the quarterback is. And that affected Skylar as well, especially in the first half.
And to your point, KP, and I'm gonna tell the whole panel. Listen, this is one thing. And when I played football, Mr. West, God bless his soul, was my football coach. He did not tolerate undisciplined play. A lot of the penalties, you're going to get some, but we've gotten it's a huge uptick from when we were with Flo as far as the penalty. And that's just discipline and technique. That's horrible. McDaniels needs to start putting his foot in, where.
Yes. Yeah. That's a problem with McDaniel too, though.
A thing, Larry, was it from you? Where did I hear that the ping pong table was out? Was that from you?
I might have mentioned it last week, I think. I know it was in the news.
Last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
They got rid of it finally.
Yes. It was gone. So he's already starting to, figure it out. And he did throw 2 challenge flags. I feel like we probably maybe should have won both of those, but we won one. That was different. So I liked seeing that.
No, I'm happy. I
Finally.
think he finally adapted to some extent. And like I said, I'm not taking credit away from Skylar. I like what Skylar did. I think he elevated in my eyes to be able to be the guy as the number 2 quarterback going into next year, where I trust him to start 3, 4, 5 games if needed. I'm just not convinced yet. Just being completely logical, objective, taking my aqua and orange glasses off, it's going to be a tough game. Like Buffalo's favored by 13 points. I want to win. It's not like impossible. I hope we win. There are ways we could win. I could see how we could win. I hope we win. I'm just, if you put a gun to my head, like I'm telling you, that's all. Like,
right. I'm exactly there with you, Larry. It's going to take Skylar to check those boxes that that we've laid out for him, that he's shown that he has the potential to fill, but that we're not sure he can fill just yet. For instance, in our discussion today, we've laid out, a couple of things. One of my boys said he's going to need like anywhere between 60 to 80 yards in rushing. So my response to him was, so he's basically got to be Josh Allen then. And sure enough, that he's going to have to flash like Allen for our offense to look well this coming weekend. And if he does, who knows? We may be able to pull it off.
True. And bro, we would be happy and we'd be right back on this show celebrating and analyzing it. So we're all right there, bro. And very well said on all of those points, man.
So, Car, do you think he has a chance? What do you think for this game?
Like I said, I'm not as much in the whole belief game, and all that kind of stuff. But I made the same points with Tua, right? When people were trying to shove Tua down my throat all year, right? I said I'm more of a wait and see it guy, and the same thing is there for Skylar. I did enjoy watching a quarterback go through his reads and check down. I think both Teddy and Skylar were way ahead of Tua when it came to processing the field and making the right decisions, right? I did see Skylar behind on a couple of throws, right? So what I'm saying essentially is my mind isn't fully made up on Skylar. I've got to see more tape. And I think that this weekend provides him like a huge opportunity. Like what John was laying out, I think the stage is going to be set, obviously, for everyone to see who this guy is truly, because McDaniel cannot afford to babysit him any longer, right? The training wheels have to come off for us to beat the Bills this Sunday. And if we beat them, they will come off and we will check those boxes and pass. That's what I'm looking for from Skylar. So I can't say that I believe he's going to pull it out at this point. I just don't know.
Right. And he passed test 1, which was just beating the Jets, doing nothing extravagant except playing tough ball in a ball control game, winning that battle at the end and not turning the ball over. But he's got a golden opportunity, an incredible opportunity. Will he seize upon it? I don't know. I'd love to see it, and it would change the entire narrative. I'm with you. Everything you said, I'm with. And Carlos, thanks again for another super chat. You are carrying this channel tonight along with the panel, all my panel people that provide you the content, and you're throwing the love. And he says we need a Kittle-type tight end. I think for this offense, no doubt we do, and I wonder how we try to play that. I don't know if they go to the draft. I don't know if they go to the trade, but we could talk offseason after the game, too.
Hey, real quick, Carlos also hinted that Mike McDaniel might be back next year, and maybe Gesicki's not a good fit. Hey, look, maybe Gesicki's a good fit with Harbaugh. That's where I'm at. We only went 9-8.
John's going wild tonight.
That's where I'm
at. Scott, we're about to beat the Bills. Skylar about to kill it, and we're about to bring in Jim Harbaugh.
And we're still bringing in Harbaugh because Coach Mike, he done.
Because John hit Magoo in the face and just took over the team, which I would love to see.
Hey, John. Hey, John, it's funny that you said that because you know what? Skylar Thompson fits the John Harbaugh mold as a mobile quarterback who's got a big arm, who's smart like that. He fits that mold. So, if Harbaugh is making himself available, I think Stephen Ross has first dibs.
I think so too. I don't think this, I don't think half the script is written of the way this whole thing's going down yet. I think it's going to be really interesting despite how far we go.
Yeah, it's
so, and you got to keep it real. And you got to keep it real. No, you got to keep it real though. Mike McDaniel was brought here on the strength of Tua, not no one else.
But was he brought here on the strength of Tua, or was he handed this? This is what you got to do, along with the defensive coordinator. I think McDaniel came in, half hogtied. This is what you got to work with, dude, and figure it out or don't. I don't think McDaniel was able to.
Miss Pam, that's what makes me think this was an experimental year. Ross was like, look, he probably had his reservations. He wanted Harbaugh. He wanted Peyton. He wasn't even talking about any McDaniel. So this is probably an experimental year to see how he does with Tua to get him to be more productive. So now that this Tua can't, we see that Tua, this is not an isolated incident. Tua can't stay healthy throughout the season. So it might be time to move. It might be time to get your guy. Get your guy. But see, the thing is, if you get Harbaugh, what I try to tell everybody, Harbaugh, I know John Harbaugh when he was with the Bears back in the 80s. Dude, Harbaugh is kind of an asshole. So Greer may have to go.
Bring
it on.
Yeah, well, if you get a guy like that, he wants personnel control, bro. He's not playing second fiddle to a GM.
He's not. Exactly, Larry. I 100% agree. But do you want a Harbaugh who lost in the playoffs?
There was a power outage in that game that was oddly
Wait,
suspicious.
Miss Pam.
If you believe in conspiracy theories, something went down during that game. That's
and Miss Pam, I'm gonna tell you that NFC Championship game, that Super Bowl. I'll tell you what, they lost because of a fumble. A fumble. They were gonna beat the Giants.
No, I'm talking about Harbaugh with Michigan.
Yeah.
So that Harbaugh.
The Super Bowl with the Ravens.
No.
Yeah,
he just lost in the playoff.
I was thinking Harbaugh with Michigan. Do we want that guy, or do we want to go get Georgia's coach? I mean, seriously, you want to talk about somebody who trounced. Oh my gosh. I watched the game to the end. I watched it to the very end. Of course, I knew how it was going to end, but dang, they're putting in second and third string guys, and those guys are just stepping up. And he's over there just cheering, high-fiving, loving the Gatorade bath, the whole thing. Come on, man.
Yeah, and Carlos, again, thank you, bro. The way, Shake, go ahead. I want to address Carlos's comment, but go ahead.
I was just saying, unfortunately, I think he's going to stay in Georgia.
Yeah, why would he leave, man? Those college coaches got it made. He's going to be a perennial contender. He's already getting paid really well. He's going to get a raise eventually. Not every college coach works out, but I would go after him. I love your idea. I love where your head's going. I would love to take him. I just wonder. And Carlos says McDaniels ain't going anywhere, and I agree because the way he was hugging Ross, I know how Ross is. He made the playoffs. He was hugging him because they already had a conversation. You make the playoffs, you keep your job. That's my opinion. Tua is not McDaniels' QB, he says, and McDaniels not going anywhere. Maybe McDaniel brings in his old QB. Maybe it's Jimmy G. Maybe it's Tom Brady, but I still think there's a good chance Tua comes back. We will see. Carlos, thank you again, bro. You've been absolutely showing out and showing your love tonight. We really appreciate it, yo. But
Carlos is almost my twin, except for the Gesicki comment. Except for that, Carlos, like me and you, man. Me and you, we're right there.
There you go.
Larry, remember what I said? If Tua comes back, I'm going to have you indicted for conspiracy.
God damn it, Mountie. What do I got to do with it? I told you, I'll prosecute Big O.
You're trying to speak it into existence.
No! I'm trying to speak it the hell out of existence.
For a living? Come on. You
either prosecute Big O or you're going to prison, sir.
Sir, you will prosecute Big O, or you will go yourself, and you can't handle the truth. I'm going to say that to Big O. I want to get on Big O's podcast and just go, you want the truth? You can't handle the truth, Orlando. That's what I want to do to him. I want Joe Shad to say it to him. I want Omar Kelly to say it to him. Sorry.
Omar Kelly. I got a thing or two to say to Omar. Let's sit down, Omar. Me and you gonna chat. And then he's gonna end up under the table wearing the table for a hat.
Oh my goodness.
Me and Omar are going.
Yeah, we're going in at Omar. But listen, guys, I gotta hop off because it's 9 and I gotta cut it short tonight because I got something going on. But somebody was saying something. I'll let you say it, then we'll do final thoughts from everybody. Remember, we have a big announcement, so go ahead.
Pamela, I'm glad you're here because I was telling people that when Stephen Ross told what's his name? Our coach
McDaniel
that he has his choice of quarterback. It's like my girlfriend telling me, "You get to pick what we eat tonight." We know damn well that's not the case.
Yes. Yes.
You get to choose from this or this.
Yes.
The
All
one
right.
thing on the table. Funny
That's it.
Shake.
All right, Pam. Let's go. Final thoughts. I'm gonna go Pam first. And Pam, always an absolute pleasure. You bring a little bit more of like a feminine touch, and I mean that as a compliment to this channel. It helps ease it out and just I like it. So and thank you for joining us again as always, and thank you for all your comments on the channel.
Knowledgeable
I love
Finn
them.
fan right
They
there.
keep me
for sure.
knowledgeable, and your comments keep me like going all week, keep me inspired. So Pam, final thought.
I love you back, Larry K. I love your takes. I love your channel. That's why I'm always listening to them. But so the feminine touch, I'm going to make Omar wear a table for a hat as far as that's feminine or
That
whatever,
is feminine. Let's be honest. Girls will knock you the hell out. I know.
I'm
ain't
going to pull your hair and I'm going to, yeah, exactly. I'll slap you around.
Yeah. I don't take it lightly.
But thank you so much. But I just have to say, I believe in the Dolphins. I think we have a shot. Don't give it up. I'm always 100% Dolphin fan for life. Thank you so much for having me. Love you guys. Y'all are amazing. Love you guys.
Pam, love you. We'll talk to you after this game. Let's hope you're right. And I'll talk to you soon, Pam.
Sounds good. Bye.
Have a good night. And Carlos, thank you again, sir. Just dropping little gems, little thought points, and dropping donations. It's a lot of love I'm feeling right now, and I'm glad you love the panel and you're dropping it, so we thank you. And he says McDaniel bringing in his own DC guys. I think that's a foregone conclusion. I think Boyer is a sacrificial lamb, probably a necessary move anyway, and it was not McDaniel's guy in the first place. I think Boyer's gone. Thoughts? And then final thought to Mountie. Well, we could just do final thoughts and include that if you want, the Boyer thing. But Mountie, go ahead. Final thought, my brother.
Hey, man, I think Boyer, for some reason, look, I think Mike McDaniel wants to go to a 4-3 defense. I really do. And being that Boyer was pushed on him, coerced, if you will, whatever, on him, and I thought that was kind of fucked up a little. Oh, I'm sorry. A lot of messed up. Messed up. Because the coaches need to bring in their own guys so they can build a cohesive unit. But in any case, I think we may go to a 4-3 next year if McDaniel stays. Boyer might be out. And I think a recommendation would be Lovie Smith. He's a great defensive coordinator, I think. Hey, look, Finn's up. Win or lose, if Skylar goes out there and starts balling, look, we got something to talk. Well, it ain't really nothing to talk about as far as I'm concerned. So we need to just and then
we'll have good problems.
And then I think to the whole panel, because our linebackers need to be addressed. We need to really look at. I'm gonna whisper this because I don't want everybody to hear it on outside of the panel. We need to look at Devin Bush from Pittsburgh because he's an unrestricted free agent.
All right.
Hey, love you guys,
like it,
man.
Mountie.
It's always great to be on here. Larry K, God bless every one of y'all. Peace.
God bless you, my brother. Thanks for you being back on the last couple of weeks has been great, man. So we love you in here, man. We hope to see you again soon, my brother.
All right, brother.
All right, later, man. All right, and I got to add Greg back, too, because he's going to have a final thought. KP, final thought, my friend.
Yeah, just following along with what Mountie just said, man. If Skylar can pull it off this Sunday, man, this introduces a whole new set of good problems for this team and this organization, because there's no way they can take away the reins from a guy who's won our first playoff game in I don't know how long. I think in almost 30 years, right? So once again, the stage is set, availability is the best ability, right? And Skylar's the guy right now. He's got the amazing opportunity to solidify his career as an NFL quarterback. Let's see if he takes it this Sunday, man. I'm amped up and anxious to see where we're at. I'm happy we made the playoffs. But I'd like us to go further. So, damn it, let's see where we're at.
Yes,
so
sir.
we'll see.
I'm
right,
with
guys.
you, bro. And thank you for hopping on the panel tonight. It was a great addition, man. We getting these perspectives and these intelligent takes. It makes the channel and the show what it is, my brother. So thank you again. And
No
we'll
doubt.
talk to you
Respect,
soon,
Larry.
hopefully. Respect.
All right. Peace out,
Fins
panel.
up.
All right.
Later, guys. And again, Thank you, Carlos, again. He says Vic Fangio runs a similar defense. Man, I'm excited, Carlos, about the possibilities and the prospects of who we might bring in as a D coordinator. And again, you just been a number one supporter tonight. Like, that doesn't go unnoticed at all. And I'm going to keep you in mind now going forward when we do shows, because that doesn't go unnoticed at all. The appreciation is immense when you come in here and you're dropping actual money to say things and you're actually showing the channel that love. That means a lot. You know what I mean? Like, that's not, people just don't do that on a whim. So the fact that we're speaking to you that much and we're having that good of conversation and our product on here is that good that you decide to donate to the channel, that's huge, and much love and much respect. I really appreciate that. John, final thoughts, my friend.
Yeah, hey, Carlos, I actually just want to let you know all your super chats are messing up my takes, dude, because you're making me rethink things. Gosh,
which is a good thing, Carlos. But John has some, his mind works overtime, but you're making him work.
I'm trying to concentrate here. You're talking about Vic Fangio. I'm like, yeah, that's a great coordinator. Let's bring him in. Anyways, no, I want to agree with KP point. I think for Skylar right now and for this team, this is a really big moment, and we can't pick and choose our spots, but if you're a big game player, here's your big game moment. And we're just in I'm really blessed to be a Dolphins fan at this point because I've been pulling for Skylar, and I think the guy's going to get his shot. And whether he wins or lose, at least we get to see the guy in the big game making his shot. And frankly, I don't want to make a counter argument to Tua, but I will. We've been waiting 3 years to see this guy in a big game and to do something. And here we are in Skylar's young career. This is going to be his third start, and we already get to see it in action. So we're going to know real quick if Skylar's the guy, if he's our backup, if anything. So I'm really pumped. And for me, this is my Super Bowl. Beating the Buffalo Bills with Skylar Thompson at QB would be as good as winning a Super Bowl this year to me than winning it under Tua. And I'm just being completely honest. So call me what you will. That's where I'm at. Larry K, Shake Money. Greg, I need to see more of you, dude, because you're my Skylar net guy.
Yes, look at him. He's the man. Later. Guy's a legend. John, fins up. We'll
Looking
talk.
For the announcement. Shake, something up with you, boy. I hope something good. If so, I'm listening, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Talk to you soon, John. Talk to you soon, brother. Later. All right. G, I saw you in the Stop and Shop gear at the customer service desk. We appreciate getting some insight into what you're doing. So that was nice, and I appreciate that. I put it up there. You'll see sometimes I'll be gesturing at you from the corner up there while you're doing things in the, So anyway, what's your final thought, my brother?
Well, I don't know if this has been addressed tonight, but I want to make this quick before I get into my big spiel in a minute. If Skylar somehow sucks and we don't see good Skylar, and we get blown out, we flat out suck, we need to do whatever it takes to get Lamar Jackson. If we get blown up and Skylar shows some flashes, or if we lose close, or we somehow win, I'm down for Rodgers or Brady to come in to be the starter while Skylar is the backup. But anyway, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be Buffalo. We are winning this game. I don't care what anyone says. Up here, they think I'm a delusional fan. But we are going to win. I don't care. I'll be rooting for this team. Even if it was Tua, Teddy, or whoever, I'm still believing we are going to win this game. I'm going to go 24-17, and I can see it now. There's 10 seconds on the clock. Miami needs a touchdown, okay? We have no timeouts. The clock's running, so it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. At the 5-second mark, Skylar's going to drop back. Hikis, drop back. He's going to be running around, pressuring his face. 4, 3, 2, 1. And as the clock hits 1, he's going to find Mike Gesicki wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. As the clock strikes 0, it will strike midnight for the Buffalo Bills as they will be going home in a pumpkin carriage. We are winning. I don't care what anyone says. Fins up. Let's go.
I love it. I love it, sir. I'm pumped. Now I have that vision in my head like sugar plums on Christmas Eve, and I will be thinking about that and popping my own champagne if they pull this off, my brother. Also, I hope you're right.
If I don't have to work and we win, expect something crazy next week. But if I have to work, we're going to have to keep it PG. I have to look at my schedule.
All right. Let us know what the schedule when it comes out, sir. And go Fins, and I'm sure I'll talk to you on Sunday when it goes down, my brother.
See ya.
Later, bro. All right, Shake. Final thought, and it's time for the announcement, sir. It's time to let the people know, man.
Check this out. I was talking to shout out to first and foremost, shout out to the Fins Tailgate, Chris El Capitan. I was pitching an idea to him, but I spoke to him and I said that Fury Fam is looking to expand, and he was gracious enough to allow me to do the idea that I pitched to him for the Fins Tailgate to come on to Fury Fam. So we don't have the date yet, but I will be interviewing people. It's called In the Blender with Shake Money. It's going to be like a 30 to 45-minute interview. We're going to be talking about how you became a fan, your favorite memories, and we're gonna pretty much interview. I was gonna do it to just panel guests, but I'm gonna do it to everybody that's a Dolphin fan, and we're gonna discuss our fandom in 30 minutes, so we could all come together and realize the great moments that this team has given us. Unfortunately, it has been too many good seasons, but we do have great memories, young and old. So coming soon, it's gonna be In the Blender with Shake Money, and I already have my first guest.
Love it.
In mind.
Love it. So listen, In the Blender with Shake Money. The thing with this that I love about this idea is most shows we have out now and most the programming we have on these channels is, and it makes sense, it's commentating and discussion about the modern current Dolphins, and once in a while we get into reminiscing and stuff. This show is going to be a complete new format where it's an intimate interview with just various Dolphins fans from various walks of life, from various parts of the world, various age groups, and just having legit discussions about our team, but in a different lens. Like, let's talk about the 1984 season. Let's talk about 1993. Let's talk about what made you a fan. Let's talk about who you are. Let's talk about what they mean to you. Let's talk about your experiences. And it's just going to be awesome. Shake pitched me the idea. I had to run with it. Shake's been with me since day one, since I was over on TD's channel. Shout out to him because he kind of set up this model of channels expanding with other programming. Finn's Tailgate took it, ran with it, doing an awesome job. Now we're going to do it here on Phin-Addict Fury, and we're going to do it with Shake. So In the Blender with Shake Money, we will get you guys the date, and it won't be long. It'll be in a couple weeks we're going to come out with the first episode. We're going to come out with the date. I'll be producing it. It will be on this channel, so make sure you tune into that. Some will be live, some will be pre-recorded, but you'll always have access to good content, and Shake's going out on this endeavor is one of those great things. He already books enough people on here. He's going to be booking people for his show now. So get excited and get ready. I think it's going to be an absolutely excellent show. So get hyped, everybody.
Yeah, but my final thought is, like I said, man, it spins up no matter what. At the end of the day, whether we booked our ticket standby, or you booked our ticket in advance. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how we got our ticket. It's the destination we got to. So we're here. This is our destination. We booked our ticket. Doesn't matter at what capacity we got our ticket. We got our. Let's just be grateful that we got the ticket. And fins up, baby.
Hell yeah. Shake, we'll talk soon, my brother. Fins up. So look, guys, if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. Get all the bells and whistles that come with the channel, all the videos, all the content that I come out with, as well as new shows and new content, like we just said, with Shake. Man, In the Blender with Shake Money. He's going to mix it up and twist it all up and come to you with some good content. And you could already tell by how he contributes to this show, a lot of the stuff that goes into it, the ideas and things. Some of that's me and Shake just brainstorming behind the scenes, man. So I'm excited for my man Shake for this show, and I hope you guys are too. And I hope more than anything you're excited to be a part of it, to be interviewed, to watch the show. Reach out to Shake if you want to get booked on the show. He will reach out to you if he wants to book you. We will hit you with those details very soon. This week, look, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. And we have plenty of things to talk about. Plenty of things to talk about in the offseason. Plenty of things to go over about our Dolphins and which direction we're headed and where we're going and all of those things. And we will have plenty of time to talk about it. But at this point, let's just all get excited for Sunday. Let's enjoy the day. Like Cap said, man, we have nothing to lose. The Dolphins have nothing to lose. There are no expectations on us whatsoever. Let's just go out and try to win. Let's just go out and have fun. And no matter what happens, it's not like we were expecting much at this point anyway. So let's go out and let's pull off the impossible. That'd be real fun. And it would open things up a lot. And will give us another week to talk and another week of awesome debates and an awesome panel. Thank you to Carlos for the love tonight. Thank you to every member of the panel. John, Mountie, Carrie P, everybody. Thank you for all coming on. Pam, you all contributed. You were all awesome. It's greatly appreciated. Lewis, everybody who came on. Von Joe, everybody. And everybody in the comments section, because just because people come on the panel or they donate, the show goes on because also of the comments and the community and the conversations taking place in the comments. This channel is similar to other channels and gives you the content you want in other channels, but it's also very different from other channels, which is why you watch them and you watch us. Thank you for finding time in your busy schedules and your busy lives to invite us into your living rooms, tablets, phones, etc. for a Wednesday night. We'll talk very soon. You will see more of me once we have this game. Until then, man, fins up. Larry K, out.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing.